Yeah. All right, welcome back to this podcast that you clicked on. Today is a very special episode. It's very unique, very different from the last one. We ranked the top 10 Tim Robinson sketches in honor of season 3 last month. But this month, we're doing something completely different at the behest of one of our guests here. And one of our guests here is Mark J. Judge, acclaimed writer.
Acclaimed.
Yes, I acclaim you. That's what I'm going to...
Okay.
That should be enough for you.
I manifest my success as well, so
yes.
Thank you.
And then we have Nicholas Rohrman, who is the defending champion here, coming back here. Kind of at a disadvantage. This is something you're not an expert in, you would say?
And Mark is.
A little bit.
I'll claim that as well.
Yeah, I mean, this
Sure.
all started from Mark,
Sure.
me driving Mark, and Mark being like, I don't know what even prompted you to bring it up, but then we went through all of them.
I have weird opinions.
Yeah.
But you want to introduce the topic?
Yes, the topic today is state flags, United States state flags, specifically, and current day state flags.
Yes.
So
we're
we're
doing the current 50. We are not doing states and territories. We are not doing previous
Which
flags.
is a shame because Guam rocks.
Yeah,
Guam's
Guam
pretty
rocks,
cool,
dude.
but
Yeah.
unfortunate
Puerto
honorary
Rico,
mention.
classic.
You know, but that's a Commonwealth. But you know, we're just focusing on the current 50 we got. You know, big L for all the Confederate flags.
Yeah.
Big L.
We're not going to rank them, but
Yeah,
if
we're
we
including
did,
the Mississippi's new one.
yeah,
Because that is
And,
official.
if we were ranking the Confederate flags, just to be clear, they're bad. They're all boring.
But
and
what
they
if we
look
were
kind of the
ranking
same.
just the Confederate flags?
I would put all of them below my top 5.
Mark, be honest.
Yeah.
The just standard Confederate flag,
Mm-hmm.
where does that rank?
So I want to make something very clear, just right at the top of this podcast.
Uh-huh.
There are flags in our country that have a lot of historical baggage. I think naturally the ones I liked, just on an aesthetic level, aren't those for the
Okay.
most part.
Yes.
But my ranking here is coming purely from an aesthetic standpoint. Like, is the symbology clear? Does
Okay.
the color palette make sense?
Yeah.
Is there not too much shit on it?
Which is what we're all kind of...
Yeah.
are kinda
And
done.
most of the state flags just frankly have too much shit on them.
Yes.
City flags have this problem as well. They're not intelligible from a distance. A kid could not reliably draw it and explain what's on it.
That's not necessarily
You know.
true.
So
I think so.
half of the city flags are drawn by kids in the 20s.
Yeah. I also will
And then they
say,
voted on it.
as soon as we started rolling, Mark's cigarette hand got wild.
My left hand.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I
Which
just
is
want to
funny.
say,
Usually when he's talking, I can imagine if me talking in
Right.
Mark's system.
it was funny though because it was just like in your face the whole time.
That's pretty funny.
My bad.
We have
No,
this
it's good.
nice aesthetic, and we're not giving it up.
That's
Fuck
good.
whoever comes on here.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if someone just had a gun and had it in frame the whole time.
Yeah.
Right?
That would be fun.
Guns are funny.
Yeah.
But the Confederate flag, you're saying, is
I'm
a top
saying-
5 of all time?
No, what I I will say on a purely aesthetic level, it has a little something. Fuck. On a purely aesthetic level, it has a little something going for it, as far as like symmetry and a color palette. that
Quote,
a lot
the
of
Confederate
the
flag ... has a little something going for it. End quote. Mark J. Judge, 2023.
Acclaimed writer.
I'm
Mark
no
J.
longer.
Judge.
I plead the fifth. I'm no longer speaking on this topic. It's not part of today's
Damage
list.
is done.
No, I mean, the Confederate flag looked like a country flag.
Yeah.
So, which,
Yeah.
in terms is like...
And it
use
was.
Yeah, well, it was. Yeah,
It
you're
was
right.
trying
It
to
was,
be,
yeah.
and they lost because they're fucking losers.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah, the flag itself, like, it's got more going for it than all the other flags of that ilk from
Yeah.
the Deep South.
Yeah, of
I will
course.
at least give it that.
Yeah, that's right, Mark.
Yeah.
All right, it's got something going on. Okay. So, good. We got the Confederate flag out of the way.
Play the Confederate flag jingle.
I'm not looking one up. I'm just not going to look one up.
No, it's not an existing one.
Oh.
It's our show's Confederate flag jingle.
Oh,
Great.
Jesus Christ.
And
Okay.
it just ended. That was a long one.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, so Mark kind of like how I ranked them and how I think you two ranked them is how Mark described it, based on colors, design, busyness,
Yep.
whatever. So we're going to talk about it.
Cultural meaning.
Yeah. And to kind of give a quick breakdown of the rules here, if you hadn't watched the first episode, go watch that. But if you haven't, I'll explain the rules a little bit here. I had both the boys here give me a top 15 of their favorite state flags in no particular order. And then I made a deck of 30 cards with each of what they said on those cards, plus 2 wild cards. So there's 32 cards in the deck. They will draw 4 cards, and then that will start the game. They will then each present one of the cards and tell, and they will.
That's a rule.
That's a rule.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
I remember that from the last
I forgot this too when I was explaining to Mark. So first, they have the 4 cards. They give one of them to me. I will secretly write down where I would put it on a top 10 list. But in the beginning, we're only ranking number 10 through 3. Does that make sense? Only 10 through 3.
That is a change from the last
That's
episode.
a change from the last episode. And then I will
the
give it
game's
back.
adjusting.
Yeah, just adjusting.
It's
Every
evolving.
probably episode there's a change. It's
Yeah.
gonna be interesting. But then I'll give it back to say Mark, and then Mark will flip it over. Say if it's like Massachusetts, he'll be like, "I'm gonna put this at number 5." Mark will explain why. There'll be a picture on the screen so you guys can look at it. I'll show them as well. Discussion. Nick will have the chance to veto and give his opinion. If he tries to veto, he will try to veto. I got distracted by you on your phone, you piece of shit.
I'm sorry, I'm looking things up.
I know, I'm sorry. I got distracted. I was like, what's happening?
If you don't know your lines, it's not my fault.
Jesus. So he will veto. And how the veto goes through is that if I had written down the same number that Mark had put Massachusetts, so say he put it at 5, when he gave it to me to start with, I wrote down where I put it. If I also put it at number 5 in a big dramatic reveal, then the veto does not go through. Does that make sense? Because I agree with Mark in this thing. I'm also have my own top list here that I made based on what they gave me. And I'm trying to get it there as well. But the game goes, whoever has the most of their flags on a top 10 list, anywhere on the list and specifically on the list, you get points at the end of the game. So this is a change from the last game also. Everybody's going to start with 10 coins. And these coins can be used to draw new cards, to veto a card and make the player put it back in their hand, or to pay for veto to rip up. So it's gone from the game forever.
How much are the point values for those 3 things?
So to get up to 2 new cards, you get 1 coin to give to me, and I will keep that coin. I will be collecting coins to see how much the house has at the end of the game. If the house somehow has more at the end of the game, then I win. But that's probably not going to happen. That's
The
not
house
fun.
always wins.
The house always wins. So it's 1 coin to draw new cards. It is 2 coins to veto, and then it's 3 coins to power veto or ultra veto, which means you get to rip it up, and then that card's gone from the game. But there could be duplicates. You could have a wild card. So say if you ripped up Massachusetts, it could come back in some way. But you're basically saying you're not ever going to play that again. Rip it up. You get a new card. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Then at the end of the game, this is how it goes. If you have a flag on the top 10 list, the official top 10 list, but not in the right spot, but it's on the list, you get 1 coin. If you get in the exact spot at the end of the game, you get 2 points. Okay? And then for first and second, if you get it on the first and second mark, but not the exact one, you get 3 coins. If you get it exactly, you get 5. Does that make sense? We're going to try that out. We're going to see how that works. See how broken that is. Luckily, that will be the end of the game.
Well, it's like the end of Jeopardy. It can get,
It can get
tables
dicey.
Can turn right
it can
at
get
the
real
end.
fucking dicey. But so you start with 10 coins, and unlike the last game where in between rounds we would hand out more coins based on the placements, you get 10 coins, and that's it for the whole game. So you use that to buy things, or you can keep it and add it to your score at the end of the game. So say, Mark, you only spend 3 coins throughout the game. You now have 7 additional coins that are going to be added to whatever you got right on your list.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So for those who maybe didn't understand that, we're just going to rank these. I think it's pretty easy to follow.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk you through it.
The
Yeah,
gambling part is a little difficult for
Yeah, but
us.
That's the game part.
Yeah, but you can't gamble. So
Right.
just watch us rank these flags.
Watch us talk
Yeah.
about the top 10 state flags.
Okay, I'm going to
Yeah,
give
exactly.
these a shuffle.
First, we need to get a drink.
Get a drink, yes.
Yeah, from the house.
All right, let me shuffle these real quick. Would anyone like to cut them also?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
go
usually
ahead.
you take a turn cutting them.
I trust you. Go ahead
Mark?
and cut. I am going to do the more unique rum that you were holding up in your right hand there. I've had Crown
Bamboo?
Royal. Yeah, I've had Crown Royal before. I've not had that, so I will go ahead and try it out. And I will be chasing it with the Chicago Classic Old Style
Nice. That's been
Old
in my
style.
fridge for about a month now.
that I brought.
Right, I've been saving it
that
for
I
Mark for
brought.
this moment.
Now it's older style.
Yes.
It's even older.
Hold on. Let's see if I can
Established 1902, and now it's a month older.
That's true.
God, it's the best smelling thing on earth, probably. This bamboo.
The
God,
best smelling thing on earth?
It may be. It really smells good.
Is it like as good as lavender?
I don't like lavender. You like lavender?
I love lavender.
Is that good? We can get more. If you want more, you'll get more.
Let me give a.
Give it a smell.
Oh, that is
Nick,
great.
Have Nick smell that.
Yeah.
Nick, smell that. Sponsored by Bamboo.
I wouldn't say it's the best smelling thing in the world.
For like a straight alcohol.
It's
spirit.
very good smelling alcohol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good.
Yeah.
How is it on the palate? Is it as smooth as it smells?
I don't know.
Oh,
Try
you've
it.
never had it straight.
I've tried a sip of it, but not enough to be like, is that smooth? It was just more of like that didn't
Okay.
taste like something I'd put on a cut.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
like pure alcohol. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you know.
Sorry.
Yeah. I would also like to announce for those viewing, I'm not as tough as I look right now.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
I have an inner core or whatever, but
Intercourse.
I have intercourse.
Yeah. We got him again.
Can you pour me my drink?
Yeah.
Listen, I tried my best to match the aesthetic and look like a normal gambling tough boy for this podcast for everybody.
Mark looks surprised.
but-
Mark's kind of dressed like Eamon was.
Yeah, and I think it's working
perfect.
for me. But that was some
Thank
great Foley. Too bad it was far away from the mics.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, most days I'm sipping on a hazelnut latte and wearing a skirt. I just want the world to know that.
With your
so-
big old espresso machine. Right?
Yeah. So if my reaction to this rum is not very manly, forgive me.
It's fine.
Let's
Look
see
at
what
this.
happens.
Watered down Coke from McDonald's looks the part.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Here's your 10 coins. Here's your 10 coins. I am
Cool.
drinking Baja. Zero sugar, Baja.
Of course.
All right, and we will start the game, but we will start the game first with trivia.
All right, play
It's
the
trivia time!
Play the trivia jingle.
Yeah, After Effects! Yeah!
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I was just excited because I was able to get like a cool graphic.
You know what I'm really surprised by though?
What?
Is that the jingle was entirely different from last
No,
episode. That's,
no, it
that's what's
wasn't.
so surprising to me because like I really thought you would just use the same one, but I'm very impressed. Very impressed.
I mean, Wendy's chili also.
It's really cool. Thank you.
I
It's
just wanted
really
to say
cool that every time you guys do this, every sound effect is new and
Yeah.
handcrafted.
I agree.
Handcrafted.
I agree.
Wow.
You have to do
I did
Foley
mix the
for
other
it.
one. There was
Yeah.
a monkey scream and all that other shit in there. It took way too long.
Yeah, and this time it didn't have any of that. That's what's
No, stop it. You're silly.
It's
Okay,
really
we're
crazy.
gonna play trivia. And to see who goes first. Also, trivia has a new little rule to it. If you get one of the first two questions right, which are very fucking hard on purpose,
Mhm.
you get a coin.
Oh.
You get extra coin. So
Trivia has a new rule. You can't win.
so
That's the new rule.
if you get one of the first two right, you immediately get to say if you want to go first or not. And then the third question will be a number-based question, whoever's closest. So there will be a definitive who goes first.
You know, it'd be fun. You know how you were wondering if the house should start with a pool of money or not?
Uh-huh.
What if the house started with 2 coins, but if someone gets the first trivia questions right, they take that from the house?
Oh, that's good.
And it's like you're betting on your ability to find hard trivia.
Yes. Well, I think I can.
Yeah, but that's fun. I think
Yes,
like
I
if
think
someone
that's
does
good.
get it right, then you're down 1. That's a good.
Yeah, because I'm gonna collect the money from the vetoes and everything, and then based on my placements as well to see, because I kind of want to play, but also I
Yeah.
don't because I don't get to place them. So something fun for me.
Yeah,
All right,
this show we're constantly coming up with new rules. That's the whole thing.
we're not
So,
game designer until we can sit down with a game designer.
Yeah, and be like, watch all 10 of these episodes and tell us what we did right and wrong, and then come up with something from there.
A real quick announcement: top 10 rums. I've only had 3 in my life, but Bumbu's up there.
Nice.
Is it the top 3? Would you say?
It's in the top 10.
Okay.
Good.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
You want more?
Nah.
Okay. Let me know.
I have to function
Nah.
for this list. I need to be able to.
Okay. So that was only like 12 minutes. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not a bad start. And we talked about the Confederate flag for maybe 8 of those
Mark's
minutes.
favorite topic.
We're gonna have to cut all of this. My people will talk to your people.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna start with trivia here. Question number 1. This is see who goes first. If you get this right, you get a point, and
We
you get to
buzz
go
in?
first. Yeah. So raise
Okay.
your hand. Just raise your hand. I have eyes.
All right.
I knew you're don't buzz in. We're just gonna raise
All
our
right.
hands. Okay?
Hands on table, so I don't have an advantage.
All right. Only 4 state flags do not contain the color blue. What are they? Mark,
One of them is Alabama.
I need all 4.
I know. I was getting in on the.
Okay. I'm not gonna say yes or no to those. I'm just gonna let you name 4 and say yes or no
Yeah.
to the whole thing.
No, I okay.
To not give Nick the advantage.
Alabama.
I only know one.
No longer Georgia. The old one didn't. Yeah, okay.
There's one big one that I'm really surprised you haven't gotten.
Alabama, Maryland, I believe. Nope, that one does.
I'm gonna give you 10 more seconds.
Fucking Mississippi, North Dakota. I threw it.
No.
I don't know.
No. Sorry, I should have put a timer on that. I was like, I realized you could probably just figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, you get 25 seconds. Go.
I'm not gonna get all four.
Okay.
What I'm gonna say is New Mexico is the big one
I
that
forgot
doesn't
about
have blue.
Most obvious one.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Alabama, New Mexico, Maryland. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, and Rhode Island.
No. Wow, really close. It was California.
Instead of Rhode Island?
Instead of Rhode Island.
Damn.
Wow.
Now
I thought you were going to
picture-
get it.
Damn.
You're right. There's no blue on California.
Yeah.
Huh.
I thought it was an interesting fact. Only 4 of them.
When I look at California, I'm blue because I miss it.
Question 2. Are we ready for question 2?
I'm
Yes.
ready for
I don't actually miss it. I have this watch to remember.
Okay, good. Ohio is the only state flag that is not shaped like a rectangle or square. Because one of them's a square, right?
Yep.
Delaware or some shit.
I know it's Rhode Island.
Oh,
It's a
Rhode
square,
Island, yeah. Is a square.
It's small.
Yeah, Ohio's the only one that's you shape uniquely.
Yeah.
What does that shape symbolize, according to Ohio? Yes.
Is it the fork in the river?
No.
That's a great guess.
Thanks.
Um,
Tell Ohio that.
is it the parade banners they would hang on the state building or city buildings?
That's a good guess too. No, it represents the hills and valleys in Ohio.
that's
mine
not-
was-
So you were
mine
really
was
close.
better.
You were
Mine was
really
better.
close.
Yours is cooler. We should
Yeah.
call Ohio.
Yes. It took Ohio 100 years to come up with the state flag.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
that was one of the facts. I was
Just
like, that's
kept-
fucking crazy.
Just kept falling off the list.
Yeah. It's like,
It was never-
God, everybody has rectangles and I hate it.
We'll get to it.
But why can I make this a weird shape? We got to have a reason.
Did you guys see the original Massachusetts flag that I sent you guys?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wacky.
That's just a white flag that says an appeal to heaven, and there's a tree on it. And the tree is like really badly made.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
funny to me.
Okay, so no one got the trivia. I get to keep my 2 coins. Goodness, I wish I had a pen of some kind.
If only you had like a laptop or something that you could
Here.
type things into.
Oh no, that you can write.
Oh,
Something
that
you
we
can
can
write,
No,
yeah.
as an aspiring,
Acclaimed.
accomplished, and acclaimed writer, actually.
Yes.
As an acclaimed writer. One who's already done it, apparently. I always carry a ballpoint pen.
Oh, nice.
in my
Thank you.
pocket. So there you go.
Very cool. All right, you guys can write it on the backs of these. I won't be using these. All right, this is where you'll write your numbers.
I always keep a
Gang.
ballpoint pen so I can write about how much I love the Confederacy.
See, so now you're saying it, and that's more okay.
No, that
with
was my
me.
impression.
Of me.
Yeah.
Okay.
This says 3 on it already.
No,
Are you giving me an answer?
No, turn it around. All right, ready? Here's a question. God damn it.
Okay.
How many state flags contain the appearance of at least one animal? How many state flags have at least one animal on it? I will hint that the question is not the answer is not 51. It is less than 51.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it is more than one.
That's
Wow.
true
Just to
also.
let you know.
I can think of a lot of flags that don't.
Okay, good.
There's going to be a clarification.
Okay, you have 30 seconds to write down a number.
I'm ready to argue.
You don't even know the answer.
I'm ready to argue.
I have a number.
Thank you, Mark. We'll have Mark present first as well before Nick goes on his argument.
Okay.
Mark, what is your answer?
My answer is 7.
7 flags.
The reason I wrote 7 is because I could vividly picture 4, and I figured that there was more.
Okay. Good. Nick.
29.
Nick wins. It is 21.
Wow. Dang. Okay.
Well, what's your argument?
Are we including humans?
No.
Humans or animals?
I didn't think so.
So then that would be even more than 29.
Based on
technically.
my thing, it said the most common one was an eagle.
Right.
And then there's a beaver, moose, a lot of moose, a lot of
Pelicans.
deers.
Louisiana
pelicans.
has
There's
pelicans.
a lot of deer. I didn't think about that.
Dude, Yeah, it's
buffalo.
just, this is a lot of random animal. Bears. There's a lot
There's,
of bears.
I mean, there's so many that have animals on them.
Yeah,
but
and
then
I like it.
there's even more that have people.
Yes, that's true too.
Mhm.
And I was like, people are animals.
So good job,
According
man.
to science.
Okay. Okay, Nick, good
This
job.
is a creationist podcast.
Yes.
In addition to a Confederate.
Would you
podcast.
like
Is
to go?
creationist using genus and species?
What are we talking about? What the fuck happened?
I don't know what they
I'm just
do,
saying
man.
scientifically.
Nick, would you like to go first?
Did I go first last time?
Yes, I think so.
Then yes.
All right, draw 4 then, Nick. To start, Mark, you will then draw 4. This is so exciting. I'm glad my trivia stumped everyone again.
We're underway.
Yeah. No, those are good ones.
I thought the first one you guys are gonna get after, because like the ones that don't have blue are
I almost did.
good ones.
I almost did. I was
Alabama,
surprised.
I don't know, but yeah,
Yeah.
I can't believe you almost did.
Rhode Island has very little.
It's the blue
on it.
under the
Yeah.
the anchor.
It
yeah.
says like hope or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is interesting because I get to say the number 11. So this is technically a top 11, but you know, I throw out my 11 because I want to place one, and it might also fuck with people's placements and stuff. Something fun. We did it last time. It was a good fun. So I'm going to place the number 11. It cannot be vetoed. It cannot be questioned. So I set the tone for the podcast before we get into numbers 10 through 3. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And number 11, make sure I have this right. Number 11 for me is Rhode Island. I had Rhode Island at number 11. I enjoy the white. I enjoy the nautical theme because that's literally the only thing Rhode Island has for itself is a coastline.
Yeah. It's a little
So-
port state.
And then that's the rectangle. That's the square one, right? That's what
I
we
believe
said.
so.
Yeah.
It's the only other one that's a weird shape.
Yeah.
It's a perfect square.
It's at least closest to square. There's a bunch that aren't the same size rectangle.
Yeah, they're not the
Right,
same
yeah.
dimensions.
There's a couple 4x3s.
Oh.
wow.
really surprised.
Zack Snyder
Yeah,
flags.
but Rhode Island's a square, and then Ohio's its own thing.
Yes, but I like that the unique shape. It's white. It's simple. It matches the state. It's good. Now, I mean,
And that's the new flag. That's like 2011 or something.
Yeah,
Before
it's-
that, it sucked.
yeah. So
It was similar, but it was worse.
no, but this one's good. It's very solid. There's not much to say about it because I was kind of like, it's good.
Mhm.
Do I want to like wave that?
Mhm.
Not really. But like, is it visually appealing? Yeah. Is it good in sunlight? Maybe not. The white flag with the sunlight and
Kind of
stuff.
looks like
might-
surrendering.
That does look a little. Yeah.
Hmm.
Those
Yeah.
pussies.
Yeah.
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 Why isn't Peter Griffin on the flag?
I mean,
Why isn't Tom Brady and Peter Griffin on that flag?
That's a good question.
I think the shape is worthy of some praise.
Mhm.
I will say.
Yeah.
But number 11 is a fair spot.
It's like it's worthy of some praise, but also like, did they really do that much?
Yeah.
They're like, what if it was a square?
And they're like, fuck.
And everyone's like, yeah. I mean,
Holy shit.
someone could have been like, what if it was a triangle?
I would love to. That'd be hard to fly. I would love to.
On the pulse
Only if
um,
you're thinking about it straight up.
somebody. I would love if somebody elaborated on why it says hope too. You know, there are some state flags that just like have words on them,
Say shit.
and I'm like, you know, is there like a big historical thing in the state for this that I am just ignorant to?
Are they hoping
Or
for
is it
hope
like-
that they'll grow?
Yeah, like
It's not happening.
like is hope part of the essential Rhode Island story? I don't know.
If I remember correctly, it didn't used to say hope.
Oh,
It
yeah?
used to say a different thing underneath it.
It said hope backwards. And they're like,
Yeah.
fuck. No.
Dang it.
But then they
They
realized
took it out of the printer and they were like, ah,
Yeah.
shit.
but then they realized that flags are like semi see-through and that if they just put it on the pole differently, it would be fine.
Yeah.
But that was after they already recalled it
Right.
all.
Yeah. That was a time we were
Yeah.
stupid.
It said epoch.
Epaw. So that's number 11, Rhode Island. That's what it is.
Fair.
We don't know if that affected anyone's list or if they had it on their list or whatever, but we will learn that at the end.
And are you telling us how many duplicates are in here before or after?
There are 9.
9 duplicates.
Wow.
There's only 21 unique names in that thing.
Wow. So that means each of us had 6 that the other person didn't have.
Yes.
Which I'm surprised by. I
Yeah.
thought our lists would be
Closer.
nearly identical except for placement.
Yeah.
But I
Right.
think, based on what I saw from my point of view, I think you guys are going to have the same top 10, but just different orders.
That's
Because you guys had such stark different other ones that I'm like,
Mhm.
that's not on their list. Are you
It's
kidding
Our
me?
our 11 through 15s, you're saying? Those
Yeah,
would
that
really
I
define-
could. I think I could pick them
Yeah,
That's
but
possible.
it's possible. But we're going to see here. So, Nick, you're up first. You drew 4 cards here. You have 10 coins.
Okay.
You can draw new cards or you can play one. I don't know why you'd veto. No one's played anything. You can also veto yourself. I forgot to say that.
That's true.
If you're trying to bluff someone and they didn't take it, you can veto yourself.
That is true.
I want that to happen. Very cool. There you are.
Okay.
So numbers 10 through 3 is what we're ranking right now. Nick, what do you got?
I am presenting for the number 10 spot, South Carolina.
I can picture that one. And it's the dark blue palm tree crescent moon.
It's the one that's on a lot of hats.
Yes, I have one of those hats.
Yeah.
Oh.
Here it is for you boys.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's
It's fucking good flag.
It's a
I
pretty
like
good
this flag.
It's a pretty good flag. It's in the color department, nothing special. But it takes an idea that is present in a lot of flags, which is trees and nature, but do it in a very unique way by making it a silhouette as opposed to trying to do some sort of artistic representation of it.
Yeah.
I really like it. I don't have much else to say.
The moon's cool.
The moon's
it fits
nice.
the vibe of South Carolina presently.
The original South Carolina flag was just the moon, and it had a word in it. And it was just in that
Oh.
corner. So it was mostly blue. And it
Interesting.
sucked.
It's like
and
China.
then and then they added that tree, but the tree was the same color blue, and there was a white oval around it. And then they got rid of the white oval and made the tree white.
There's been a lot of reduxing for the
I
South
think
Carolina
3
flag.
versions. I was looking at a lot of different versions of flags because I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. Wow. So South Carolina, anything else? I mean, it's not much else to say.
Not
you
much
just
else to
look at
say.
it.
Hey.
It's like, fuck.
Shout out Mr. Beast.
Is that where he's from?
No, he's in North Carolina.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Fuck! Which is a weird flag, too. If we don't talk about it here, it's a weird flag.
It's a weird flag.
It's a Texas flag, but not.
Yeah.
It's very
Rhett
interesting.
and Link are from South Carolina, I think.
Okay, well,
Oh,
shout
cool.
out.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out to
Mark,
Mythical.
what are you thinking here? Are you going to veto this? Are you going to let this stand at number 10?
I think I'm fine letting that be at number 10.
Okay.
I think that's a fine flag.
You got any opinions about it, Mark?
Nothing super contrarian. I think that the simplicity is very nice. And I agree that it's kind of lacking an X factor for me, you know, like something super unique. And something about the asymmetry. There are a few flags in my top 10 that have some asymmetry going on. Something about the asymmetry in this one just doesn't work for me. Makes it feel a
Interesting.
little bit off. You know, I would love if there was an equal symbol in the other corner to complement the moon in some way.
What would you say if we hadn't just seen the new Wes Anderson movie?
You're right.
If your life wasn't flooded in symmetry, what would you say?
My brain has been polluted by symmetry recently.
Polluted.
If I hadn't just watched Asteroid City, this would be my number 1. But
That's good.
curse you, Wes. But no, I think 10's a fine spot for it.
Nice.
That's why I put it there.
Very good.
I think it's a solid choice. So it's my go, yeah.
Yeah, Nick has draw a new card.
Oh yeah, because we don't say if we have on the list.
Go ahead, draw a new card, Nick.
I already did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Okay.
So number 10 is officially South Carolina.
All right.
Mark,
so
let's
now
see
I
what-
pass you my next one.
Number 10, South Carolina. Look at that.
All right. Let me just consult my actual list just to be extra sure here.
Mark, can you see my phone on my leg?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
You are? Giving it back to Mark.
All right. I have introduced the Mississippi flag.
Wow. The new one,
The new one.
2021.
To be very clear, the newest Mississippi flag. I don't have any strong opinions on the previous one.
That's not true.
But the Mississippi flag, the newest version of it,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to put all the way at number 3.
Wow. The Magnolia flag.
Yeah. So, I think this flag combines what makes country flags very strong and what makes state flags very strong. I really do. I think the choices of colors are brilliant. I love that one of them is just a stripe on either end of the central stripe, like a thin line. As opposed to like a whole block. I think that really adds some definition to the composition. Once again, symmetry, Wes. I really like it. I think the symbology of the flower in the center surrounded by the stars is great. A lot of flags incorporate stars, of course, because of the U.S. flag. Now, the only thing that I would dock points for, and this is why I wanted to specify earlier that this is purely aesthetic, right?
Okay.
That my own opinions on the touchiness of our country's history do not come up in this list. I want to be very clear about
Your positive opinions.
because politically, living in a nation that claims to be separated by church and state, I don't think a state flag should have "In God We Trust" on it.
I think it's fascinating in the year 2021 they did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting.
Well, it's Mississippi.
I guess
And-
I guess they voted on it, right?
Yeah.
That's how they did
Yeah,
it.
yeah, and it's not as bad as like, you know, some of the courthouses in the deep south of our country like have the 10 Commandments on them,
Yeah.
which to me is like archaic and just wrong and like just against what our country claims to be standing for in our foundation. But from a purely design perspective here, right? I think the one golden star surrounded by the symmetrical white stars with an inscription in the bottom, all surrounding that central flower, I think is brilliant. I think the colors are great, the symmetry is great, the symbols are great. Just all around, I think it's one of the best.
Do you want to know what that gold star is? Do you know?
You know, you said I would be more prepared, and you really...
I was on Wikipedia a lot last night.
You really brushed up. Go ahead. Go ahead and tell us.
You can see that the gold star is made of smaller segments. It's not just a solid gold star.
Yeah.
And apparently that's a sative... what did I just say?
Satan?
That's a symbol with indigenous people.
Really?
Having the like diamonds make up a star.
Huh.
So they have that included at the top and then surrounded by the other stars.
Is
that
that
would be there.
racist here or what? What are you
Yeah,
saying?
they're making fun of them.
Oh, okay. Making fun of them.
They're saying, hey, guess what? We put you on the flag, but you still don't have land.
Yeah.
It's real funny.
Yeah.
It's a good prank.
No, I mean, that adds... Wow, that really does add another layer.
But no, it's good. It's a...
Yeah.
I like it.
Right. If we're just here ranking flags,
It's a good flag.
I really like this flag.
Yeah.
I think it does the job. If I was living in Mississippi, I would be upset about the inscription in the bottom.
Yeah.
But
Is there a little circle underneath one of the petals?
That's what I. No.
Oh, no,
it's
it's your-
Sorry, that
it's
was
your
my
mouse.
cursor.
Cursor,
I was
yeah.
like, is that an R for reserved or
Yeah, I was like, they
trademark symbol?
trademarked the
That's so
Magnolia.
funny.
oh, that would
Interesting.
immediately knock it down for me.
That's
Yeah.
So, that'd
There
be
are
funny.
city flags that have like
Yeah.
R or TM
my
on
God.
them.
Strange.
And it's
weird.
Yeah.
Really weird.
All right, Nick.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the Mississippi flag? Veto? What's going on?
It's a great flag. I love it. I'm vetoing.
Wow. A normal veto or ultra veto?
Normal veto.
2 coins, then, please.
All right.
Wow.
Now, illustrate for us the normal and ultra veto. Can you
So
remind
the
me of
normal
that?
means you can put that back in your hand, but you have to pick something else.
Okay.
The ultra meant he'd rip it up,
Gotcha.
and you.
And
would,
it's more coins to do the ultra.
it's just 1 extra coin.
Yeah.
It's basically if you played Mississippi at 3 and he didn't have it on the list at all, might want to get rid of that.
Right. That makes sense.
Again, not trying to meta for him, but that's kind
No,
of the
no,
point
I-
of the ultra veto.
I get you.
All right.
get
Yeah.
you.
It's early. I'm willing to veto.
Good,
Well then,
exciting. Give us another one,
Now you
Mark.
get
my
to
hand
present
again.
another.
Okay. Here you go.
Now I can't remember. I should know because I'm the rules guy. But he has to put this. He puts this at a new. He can put this at a new spot, or does it have to be
Yes.
the number 3?
We had talked about changing it, but no, you can place it at a completely new
Yeah, okay, that's what I
spot,
thought.
all that stuff.
All right.
That would be interesting though, if you had to place it at the same spot, because then he's 100% fucked if he was playing.
If he was
what
playing the
thought.
real one. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, here you go.
Cool.
that would be an interesting game mode.
Yeah, we'll try that one episode and be
Yeah.
like, yeah, that doesn't work.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. but
Either
it'd be
way,
fun.
we still get a list. That's the goal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk about another one, I guess. California.
California.
The California Republic.
What's your placement for this, Mark?
My placement is number 7.
Number 7 for California.
Yeah. Yeah, California Republic. Not to be confused with the two-headed bear of the Fallout series.
Yes.
For the new California Republic, which forms after the nuclear apocalypse.
Which is great.
I knew that flag
that's
before
great.
this one.
Yeah.
I know, isn't that?
I didn't think this was real. I thought this was the Fallout flag. I was
Yeah.
like, no, that's the real
That's the
California
real
flag.
flag.
Yeah.
Weird.
How indicative of our generation. A group of just 20-something white dudes sitting at a table like, did you know the California flag is real?
These damn kids don't know flags. Where's their flag education?
Got an ounce of blue on that thing.
Yeah, not a speck of blue is on that flag upon further inspection.
Yeah, you would think that the letters would be like a dark blue, but no.
Nope.
It's the color of the bear.
So
Brown.
what makes this number 7 for me and not higher is that I think the color palette is a little off, if I'm being
Interesting.
honest.
Okay.
So you don't like Mexico?
I actually really like the Mexico flag because it's got a bit of a darker green from what I can tell. And I really love the way that the animal symbol in the Mexico flag is shaded and designed and placed a little bit more than I like the bear here.
That's fair.
I think the shading's a little I would prefer if it was a little bit simplified, not like in the super modern, like tech industry logo way where it's just like a brown block.
Well, this is hard to recreate.
That makes sense too.
Yeah.
And I could see that.
Textures are so specific.
What about the symmetry?
Yeah, so there's a little bit of that going on. It's hard to say why this doesn't bother me as much as the South Carolina one. But
I think I know why.
You do.
Because the bear is facing that direction. It's leading the eye to the left.
While the palm tree is just in
It's
the
just
middle.
in the middle.
Yeah.
There's a direction to the flag.
I think that's a very good point.
Yeah, and it's
The
kind of like Peter
flag-
Pan.
The flag almost urges you to read it right to left, which is very interesting because our eyes, as people who grew up reading English as our first language, your eye tends to scan left to right.
And you know what would happen if you read it right to left?
Mm.
It would say, Kilb Ooper Ein Rof Ilak.
Philic.
Which
in Hebrew
isn't part of my rating. It's not part of my rating. But yeah, no, I think that's a good point, Nick. I think it pointing to the left is nice.
There's a sense of purpose.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of clear purpose in this flag, and I don't think it's too muddled by like too many symbols, too many colors, too many words. I like it. I like it quite a bit, and I think placing the red at the bottom is unique. I think that was an interesting choice.
Yeah, because you could have just done the white.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
no.
or you could have done 2 bars, top and bottom.
Exactly, yeah.
I think
But it's star and stripe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. I think that's really cool. Yeah, and we'll see with a lot of these flags that they echo the United States flag in interesting ways, like I was saying with Mississippi. And I think this is a cool way to echo it without it being overwhelming.
I wish the bear had a Zorro hat.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That would make it better.
That would make it
But yeah,
way better.
I think
That'd be so fucking cool.
I think the composition, personally, is just a little bit muddied with the bear itself, with the shading and the color of the grass and kind of the texturing there.
The talons on the feet make it look like there's a coloring mistake to me.
Yeah, and that's, I think, something I really appreciate in a flag is like, what is it going to look like when I'm 100 feet away?
Yeah, waving. Yeah.
And I
That's cool.
I think it gets a little muddy. Some of the definition is lost from that distance, but overall, it's got way more positives going for it than negatives compared to a lot of these other state flags. So yeah, I think 7 is a good ranking.
Number 7. Nick, thoughts on the number 7 spot? Veto possible or?
In honor of the bear on the flag, I will quote the best group of bears, the country bears, and I'm going to let it ride.
Nice.
All right.
Number 7, California. Also, you vetoed it, Mississippi, and that went through. Sorry, I totally forgot to get. Yeah, I'm
You
sorry.
didn't have it at 3.
No, I would have said something. Sorry. Number 7 though is California. Very good round.
Cool. And I need to draw another card now?
Yes, and Mark, you will go first now because this is snake order. So you
Gotcha.
you will go again now.
Snake order.
Snake order.
All right.
Nick strategically got the number 10 spot. Pretty
Yeah,
maybe.
smoothly here. Yeah, I'm just saying that was the first thing you did, so I find that interesting.
Maybe I bluffed.
Now, just clarity question on the
Yes.
rules here. Is there anything keeping me from playing Mississippi on number 3 again?
No.
I'm going to put Mississippi on the number 3 spot.
Okay, Mississippi's back. Let's talk about it again. I'm just kidding. We know what Mississippi looks like.
Yeah. Yeah,
Number
that's,
3 there.
I think that's the best option I had with the cards in my hand. I insist. Number 3.
3 being Mississippi. That's very interesting. It's an interesting thing because I don't know. Speaking, thinking of Nick's point of view here, I don't know if Nick was prepared for you to go again, which might have swayed something.
Yeah, the snake order.
You
messed
forgot
it up.
about the snake order
Yeah.
thing? Yeah. That, yeah. That's all right. We learned that.
Yeah,
We learned
We
that.
learned.
I'll make that clear next time. Sorry. There's a snake order.
Mm.
Because then he's going to go twice and then
yeah.
back
Right.
and forth.
That's
Or we
okay.
could take turns. After he goes and then you go, then it can become a turn thing. If you prefer that.
I'm cool with the snake thing now that I'm benefiting from it.
Yeah,
Well, I'm saying the snake has to happen now because that makes sense.
right.
Yeah.
But once you go, then he can go. Or that might actually mess up the order here.
We'll
Let's-
snake.
We'll
snake.
snake.
We're a
Like,
snake.
Keep the game. We'll play the game through. You know, this is a play test
Yeah.
more than anything.
So if anything, this should have been an ultra veto from Nick, I think. If you actually wanted this not at number 3.
Right, because it was just basically a wasted veto.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's okay. I'll let it.
Let it stand. Mississippi,
Mississippi
has
number
come back
3.
from the grave at
Okay.
number 3.
In God we trust.
Yeah. If only that was on the Confederate flag, you wouldn't want them to get rid of it, right?
I'm gonna need this bit to end.
The spitefulness. Nick has struck. Nick is on the ropes here. Here we go, Nick. What's your card here?
That's me.
I need a
having
little
him
bit
on the
more
ropes.
time to think.
And I should draw another, yeah.
Yes. Nick has handed me his card here.
You know where you'd put it?
I have my own list here. And
Right.
Yeah.
I am presenting for the number 8 spot,
number 8.
Yes, yes.
Texas.
Wow. Big Tejas.
The Lone Star State, as some call it.
As a lot of people call it.
Yeah.
It's been known.
Yeah, it has
It's called
been
the
known.
Lone Star Flag.
It's been known that some people have called it the Lone Star State.
Classic.
I mean, it's a classic. You're talking about variations of the American flag.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get more varied?
I appreciate that it is such a perfect simplification.
Yeah.
Which
this is
fits the ethos of Texas. They're like
Yeah.
an entire U.S.
yes.
Just in their own little...
It's like if this flag came out today, people would be angry just like they're angry about the Pringles can.
Yep. Yep.
There's an oversimplification that is plaguing this nation, and it started with the Texas flag. And
This is why McDonald's is gray.
yeah, I support it. I think there's not much to say about it. It's just blue, 1 star. They're not saying they're the first state. They're saying we're one of them.
No, we're one of the 50.
Do you actually know what the
Yeah.
star means?
No.
They used to be a country. Texas was called
Oh,
the
yeah,
Republic
yeah.
of Texas. And
Yeah.
that's why. This is why.
Once again, hence their entire personality down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody there just wants to be their own country. Just
Mhm.
let them do it.
Just let 'em
They're
do it.
fucking annoying down in Texas.
And if we still want 50 states, we'll just bring in like
Puerto Rico. They're voting down there and shit. They want to.
Yeah.
Like,
Just bring it in, replace Texas. We don't have to do a thing to the flag.
yeah.
Bring it in on the same day. No one has to take down a
Little
flag.
trade.
No one has to change a flag. Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, the Republic of Texas.
Yeah, I don't have much else to say. I just think it's a solid design. It's
Dude,
not boring.
Seeing this thing, because like they have a massive one in San Antonio, like massive
Mm-hmm.
flag, biggest flag I've ever seen. Just seeing it blow in the wind, unreal. It's
pretty cool.
it's better than I think this flag is better than the American flag.
It looks like Mid-Journey when you said, "Give me the American flag," and
Yeah.
AI art thing said,
Except
Here you go.
there's not a
Yeah.
terribly drawn hand on the side.
Yeah, that's Betsy Ross.
So you're saying number 8?
Number 8.
Number 8, Mark. What do you think?
Just opinion wise, I agree with pretty much everything Nick said. I think it's among the best. Definitely a top 10. I don't really have any complaints about it. It doesn't really have as much of a wow factor as any of the top 5 do for me. But it's great. It's simple. It's clean. You know, it has a lot of character. And for a state that has roughly the same population as California, you know, I think it's interesting to point out that like all 3 of us had literally never seen the California Republic flag before we played Fallout New Vegas or whatever.
Yeah.
You've seen the Texas flag.
Yeah.
We've all watched SpongeBob.
Yeah, we've all watched
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
But even beyond that, like it's everywhere.
No, not
it
beyond
is
that.
such a.
Only SpongeBob.
You've only seen it the one time.
Only SpongeBob.
But it is.
I've watched SpongeBob a lot.
Episode.
I've seen it a bunch.
Yeah.
Dirty.
I think just as a design, it has the recognition it deserves. And I'm fine keeping it at number 8.
Wow.
You dirty dog.
Number 8, Texas. Yee.
You dirty dog.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, it's my turn again.
Filling this list out.
Yeah.
See, I knew there was gonna be a lot of agreeing. I think it's pretty standard. These, I mean, all these flags, quite delicious. I'm waiting for a saucy one to come out, and that's what I want. There it is.
Yeah. So far, I like all of these. Let's
Yeah.
see if I get something that I think is ugly.
All right, go ahead.
I am presenting for the number 6 spot, Arizona.
There we go.
Arizona.
Okay.
I think this is a good flag. Rachel also thinks it's a good flag.
Oh well, then it's
A lot of people think
Who's
it's
Rachel?
a good flag. My wife.
Okay, thank you.
You know, person who's on the channel, who's referred to constantly.
I'm sorry. I think we're gonna get a lot of viewers who are just like flag people.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
So you think they're going to care about anything we're talking about? or-
I don't think anyone from the channels would be like, "Oh fuck yeah, they rank
Okay,
flags."
so for everyone who didn't know, Wes Anderson is a film director. He makes movies. He's made movies such as Grand Budapest Hotel. Or do we have to explain everything that isn't flags? Or
No, you're good.
oh, okay,
People.
perfect. Yeah, thanks. God damn it.
Talk about Arizona.
Arizona. It's a very simple flag. I like that it has 4 colors. Not a lot of flags have 4 colors. I just think it's fun. Sunburst is nice. You gotta love a sunburst. There's not much to say about it. It's a sunburst, and then there's blue, and then there's an orange star on it. I like that the tips of the star line up with the edges of the sunburst. You see them? Talk about symmetry, Mark.
Mark,
It's quite literally
Mark, get in here.
one of the most symmetrical flags.
Get in there, Mark.
So-
Mark's got a lot to say. I could see it in it.
No, I just
behind the
like it.
crosses.
It's good.
I don't think it's among the worst. But
Well, yeah. There's a lot of really
Dumbass.
bad ones.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I mean definitely this is like a top 20. You know, I'll give it that much. I personally think there's a bit of a color clashing problem.
Top 20.
I'm not sold on these particular shades so close together.
Veto it,
and
baby.
The frequency of them.
Veto it.
Now, here's the thing,
Pay
though.
it.
Because of the snake order, right? If I do a normal veto, then I have a couple of chances to claim number 6, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You have
So
2.
that's appealing to me. Second rules question. Does giving you a coin to get new cards count as a turn? Or is that just a thing I do?
No, that's the thing
Yeah.
you could just do.
Okay. Well, my hand is shit, and I don't want this at number 6.
Veto it, baby.
So, I think I'm going to veto.
Normal veto?
Normal veto.
2 coins. Ooh, but now he knows you want number 6, so he might just throw something into number 6. That's true. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to play for you guys, but I just think that's interesting.
No, it's a possibility. I'm open to that recourse.
This is so I'll leave this up to you guys for a second. And what I'll say is I have a wild card.
All right.
I was not intending on using on playing the same card again. They're the same state flag again.
Right.
But that's because this time and last time I forgot you could do that. And I was confused when Eamon did it.
Yeah, because Eamon actually had 2 of the same card.
Yeah,
In
and
his
it
hand.
was technically a separate thing. So my intention was not to play Arizona again.
Right.
but I had forgotten. So I'll leave it up to you two to decide if you will allow me to do that or if you want me to go by my original intention.
I think maybe if you don't mind me implementing a rule, I think maybe with the veto, if you can play the same exact card, or like not the same card, but the same state or same whatever, but it has to be in a different spot.
Gotcha.
But if you wanted to do something in that same spot, you have to change it. Because the whole point of the veto maybe wasn't necessarily, it was mainly the placement, I believe.
Yeah.
For most vetoes, that's the reason.
That's
fair. So you can.
That's fair. If you have a duplicate, I say go ahead. I also think too, like,
But you can't put it at 6 or wherever you're
yeah,
going.
Right.
I think that makes total
But
sense.
you can put somewhere else.
I
Okay.
also think, not to strategize for you, but I think it makes sense if you had a duplicate of Arizona to just get it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because either way, clearly it's not in my top 10. I already showed that to you.
Right.
Oh, I didn't
So,
know that.
like,
Oh, yeah,
Well,
you
'cause
did.
he said-
No, you talk so much shit about it. I'm sorry.
yeah. So, like,
Yeah.
if I were you, I would just get it on the list, and then you're at least getting 1 point, and you're also blocking a spot.
Well, I still have Arizona in my deck, though.
Right, so you could double.
Yeah.
You could use a walker or something else.
Yeah.
So,
If I don't claim 6 in my next 2 turns, you could just
yeah. So,
get 3 points out of Arizona.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my wild card, what I was going to do. And I'm going to put Washington
No way! I thought this was a fucked one.
at number 9.
Oh!
Yo.
Now listen here.
I don't think it's that bad, but I just think it's interesting.
Washington,
Not DC. We're
No.
not including DC's flag's not bad.
it's not bad.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
The Washington flag. On my first look at it, I was like, this sucks. Big time, right? But then I looked a little closer and I continued to look. And I went,
And then I pulled down my pants.
and I pulled down my pants. The flag's green. Only green flag in a majority like this, right? And I was sitting there going, why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Money.
It's $1, yeah.
It's $1. The flag is $1. They got George Washington in the circle, in the middle, green flag. They're waving dollars around. They're waving money. You go to Seattle, and they're showing off their money. I think that is hilarious. When I realized that, I was like, this is so funny. This is a funny flag. It's great. The other ones with people on them kind of suck
Most of them suck.
because they're like really bad drawings.
Yeah.
This is great, and this is new-ish.
Mhm.
They did this. It was like in the '90s or something
Yeah,
that
it's
they
newer.
they replaced it.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious. I like it. I think it looks good, and I think that it's recognizable from far away. You don't even have to see the person, but it's just like green, yellow circle, blue on the inside person. I think it's a good, like, recognizable flag, and I think it's funny that it's money.
Yeah. I don't necessarily concur, but my 8, 9, and 10 are fucked anyway. So, yeah.
The seal of the state of Washington.
Awful.
This also points out that the seal of the state is that yellow circle with the blue on the inside and Washington's face.
Brightest blue.
And they just put the seal on a green flag.
Why
Yeah.
did they go with dark blue?
I don't know. It's so funny.
The dark blue would just
Yeah.
look better behind them.
That is another funny detail, right?
Yeah.
Is almost the effortlessness of this flag, because every state also has a seal.
Yeah.
In the same way they have like a bird and
And
all
it took
the
them until
stuff.
the 90s to go, what if we just put that on some green? And it looks like money.
It looks like $1.
I concur that it's funny. It
Yeah.
definitely wasn't much of a contender for me before now.
Yeah.
But
That's fine.
I think that's funny.
Yeah.
I think it is funny.
It's a pretty
and,
funny flag.
Like I said, I've given up on 8, 9, and 10 personally for my game. It's those are lost causes. So I'm okay with Washington being down there.
Very good. I had to put it at number 9 also, so even if you vetoed it, it wouldn't have went through.
Because he didn't want it anywhere higher.
Yeah, I didn't have it on my list.
Which was also kind of strategic. I was playing one that I knew you guys wouldn't like at a low spot because if he were to veto, it wouldn't
yeah,
have
that's
mattered.
fair. That's fair.
Very good. So we have our 10, 9, 8, 7, and 3. So we're missing
All right.
6, 5, and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Got to fill in the middle.
Pretty exciting. And I'm going to draw one.
All right, and I'm paying for new cards this turn.
All right.
So do I hand in these 4?
No, so you can draw up to 2 new ones. So you can get rid of 2 and get up to new,
Gotcha.
or you can get rid of 1. But it's 1 coin. Did you pay
All
me
right.
the coin?
No. So here's the 3. I need 2 back.
Boop.
Okay.
I'm swimming now in money.
So
Yeah.
here
See,
are.
this is what I'm saying. You're gonna win.
Let's go.
The house is gonna win.
those are
So
my-
far, not great. My
Well.
list isn't panning out very well.
Those are my discards.
Okay, just put them on the bottom.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Okay.
Draw
Now I get.
2 new ones.
Okay. Sweet.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Mark seems pretty okay with his new draws.
Yeah. All right. Do this first.
Thank you very much. Interesting.
So there's a meta here that I'm also realizing, which is it is useless for me to veto this one
Unless it's ultra.
unless it's ultra. Vetoing the next one might work,
Yes.
but vetoing this one is not good.
Mhm.
It's very interesting.
We'll see how this pans out then.
It's interesting that you said that just now. I might have handed him the other one first.
Well, I mean, I was just well, yeah, I'm
No,
trying to
that's
win.
fair. That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
Let's see though.
That makes sense, though. Eventually, I'll know how to play this game. I usually get really good at games at the end. So, Indiana, home state
Mhm.
for 2 of us here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a home for the third of us for 4 years.
Yeah.
That's true.
And a
Actually,
state
for 6 years.
that I felt like I had to leave as a queer person for one of us. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But once again,
But fuck, their flag is delicious.
the flag is great.
Where are you putting it? Where are you putting it?
I think the Indiana flag just cracks top 5 for me. I think it's number 5.
Wow, Indiana.
So, obviously with me, the big things have been simplicity, symmetry, and readability from a distance. 2 colors on here is an excellent choice.
Pretty nice.
The number of stars represent what state it was. Like when it, what number state it was in the order of when the states were founded.
Cool.
And I love the idea of this like mythic torch that is shining so brightly. It's casting the stars.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
shooting out stars.
I think that's cool as hell. I love the negative space on the edges too. I love that it's a symbol that just kind of confidently takes up the center 2/3 and just sort of leaves that empty space.
And it's big still.
Yeah, and I love that it's all monochrome. It's the one color, real simple, just like line work. Another flag, again, where the stars harken the United States flag. One of the only things that I think could be improved a little bit is the fact that it says Indiana right up there between the 2 center stars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if it needs to. I know that most of the state flags are labeled with the name of the state. I get that, but there are some that aren't, and I think the ones that aren't kind of like, I don't know. There's a little bit of confidence to that. They sort of stand on their own, you know? I think this state, it could have been placed somewhere else, and maybe it would have won me over, but I also think the flag, when I picture the Indiana state flag, I'm picturing the torch with the stars.
Yes.
You know? The words, whatever. It's like a neutral part of the design to me.
Mm-hmm.
I hardly remember that they're there. But the design itself, yeah, I think it's one of the best. I love the symmetry. I love the 2 rings of stars. I love the simple line.
If I had to recreate the flag from memory, I wouldn't have put the words there.
Yeah, exactly. It just doesn't stand out, and I don't think it's necessary. But like, that's small potatoes compared to everything else. It's a number
Little
5.
baby potatoes.
It's a number 5 for me.
Number 5. Go ahead there, Nick. What do you think here?
I do think if it didn't have the state written there, I'm wondering what would be in that spot. Because you'd think that a line would be, but the line's already going to the star underneath it.
Yeah.
I think it'd look weird if there was a line connecting the 2 stars. So there'd have to be something there.
Yeah, maybe they ran into that when they were designing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just counting, and it didn't add up to me, but I was pretty sure there were 13 stars on there to represent the first 13 colonies. And then there were 13. Then there were 5 stars that were the states that came after, and then there was the 19th star embedded in the torch, which
Right.
represents.
So yeah, so the outer ring is the 13 colonies.
Oh, and then the half
And then
moon
the
on the
5
bottom
at
is
the
the
bottom
5.
are the states after, and then
then
the
the one in the
star in
middle.
the bottom center is Indiana. That's the 19th star.
Well, that's actually why there's Indiana there. It's labeling which star is Indiana.
Oh, okay. So you're saying
Yeah.
there's a version of this flag where every star is labeled.
Yeah, I think so. I think
it's just a bunch of
there's-
words on it.
There's the 13 that go around. There's the 5 on the bottom half, and then right in the middle, Indiana. Boom.
I think it's a really cool idea
Yeah,
conveyed very simply.
I like it a
I think
lot.
it's great.
I like it a lot. I'm gonna let it sit.
Number 5,
Yeah.
Indiana. Indiana.
All right.
It's a good flag.
Where'd I put it? Here? Yep.
Right here.
There it is.
Very
It's a
good.
very, very good
Boom.
flag.
All right.
Good one, Mark.
All right. Second up. And if you
You
veto
gotta
this,
give it to him first.
What'd you say?
You have to give it to him first.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. You're right. If you veto this, Nick,
Yeah.
I have effectively lost the game, and I will meet you in the parking lot.
Thank you for telling me.
It won't go out the back. But number 6, I'm gonna go ahead and play Alaska.
Wow.
Now this flag, it actually has a good number of similarities to the Indiana state flag. And I think of every flag in my personal list, it is the one that handles asymmetry the best. So, there's the Alaska state flag right there.
Big Dipper and the North Star.
Yep, Big Dipper and the North Star,
Salt Bay.
just on a plain background there. It's almost the exact same colors. It might even be like hex code the same. If I don't know, if we had the two right next to each other, maybe they're a little different. But
Of the Indiana flag.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think not only is the simplicity great and it's super readable, I think part of the reason the asymmetry works for me here is that the vastness of Alaska is part of the identity of the state. And I think it's just cool as hell that there's this flag that looks nothing like any of the others. Just has all this blank space right in the center of it. That could be recreated by somebody from memory, but also the exact positioning is hard to recreate professionally.
Mm-hmm.
I think that balance is awesome. Yeah, I just think it's a great state flag, and I think it conveys the idea of Alaska pretty well in the subtext, you know? Mm-hmm. Just that it's the last frontier. It's just open country that's like untouched. I think that's really cool.
There's a lot of stars.
Yeah.
The Aurora Borealis.
And there's also tons of state parks in Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many. I think the only state that rivals how many there are is California.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that imagery as well.
All of Alaska is a state park, basically.
Practically.
It's a wasteland.
And just hiking through a
It's
town.
like Australia,
like,
but cold.
Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like the Alaskan flag looks like someone dropped the Indiana flag.
Did you know that this was actually designed by a elementary school and they voted on it?
Yeah, I bet.
Which I'm like, good for that kid for like coming up with this idea of the
Yeah.
of the Big Dipper and the
That's
North Star.
that's because yesterday in class he learned what the Big Dipper was.
And then he just was like,
I take it you don't want this at 6.
It sucks.
Okay.
no way, dude.
Yeah, it sucks.
you-
I don't like the Alaskan flag.
No way,
Yeah,
dude. You're
no.
smoking with some wacky tobacco right
I think
now.
it's bad.
Dude,
I think it's bad.
what are you talking about?
I mean, Austin can vouch. It wasn't even in my top 15.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, well, you're right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
I
that's
think
fair.
it's boring.
I see the reasons why.
Yeah.
But I
get
like
it.
it.
I
I like it because it's like, it's not stars for the country, it's stars for the sky.
Yeah,
And
I
think that's
appreciate
cool.
it, but also like other states can see the Big Dipper. Big whoop. Give me something unique.
Yeah.
You
It's just
know?
a flag of like fucking like the Aurora Borealis. It's just like just smears of color.
That'd be cool because like other states can see the Aurora Borealis,
but
but
not like Alaska.
No.
That's the whole thing.
well, what if it was like dark blue and then there were like 3 stripes in the middle that were like purple, green, like the colors of Aurora Borealis? It would have been pretty cool. They even could have had some stars in there also. But I think it's to me it does not. I get that it's like wide open, and that's why it kind of feels like Alaska. But to me, when I look at this, I don't go, "Oh, I bet that's Alaska." Like if you showed me this and said, "Which state is this?" I wouldn't be like, "Alaska."
Really? I would
Yeah.
have said that. I would have said the most north one. because of the North Star.
If you showed me to this blank, and obviously I can't go back in time and know for sure, but I feel like if you showed this to me dry and said, what state is this, I would either guess Alaska or Maine. You know?
Interesting.
I think
it gives me Northern Frontier vibes.
Yeah, I think my only thing is that if the stars were white, it might make it better. Because like when you think of Alaska, I think of white and blue.
That's
because it's
another thing,
fucking
too.
cold. Like the yellow was interesting. I guess because other state flags are like that, so they just blend it in. But like it doesn't deter too much. But I'm like, if it was white, ooh, that'd look nice.
I don't want it to be more complicated.
Yeah.
I just feel like the simplicity isn't doing it for me on this one.
What if the stars were cut out? So when it's flying, it's just
That'd be pretty cool.
It's just there's holes in the flag.
That would be the most unique shaped flag.
Half of the year, it would be awful. You wouldn't be able to see anything.
You couldn't see shit.
Yeah.
When it's nighttime, you're like, why is that blue?
It's just a blue flag.
Well, but in Alaska though, the other half of the year, the
awesome.
sun would be out during 3
It would look
a.m.
amazing.
and there would be like pinpoint holes of light shining through your window.
Well,
keeping
here's what
you
they
awake.
should do, right? They should have 2 flags, one with the stars cut out for the time of the year where it's sunny, and then the other one is just the stars.
And then they could have flag change.
They have the flag cut out, and the stars are still
it's
there.
like daylight savings time. They like
they're barely
change the
hanging
flag.
Yeah. And there's just
6 months.
There's just a small wire frame.
Yeah.
and then the stars just connect there.
I bet that's a thing, though. I bet
I don't
there's
like
a wire
that
frame
as
to
much.
Well, you're wrong.
So what are you doing?
So what's happening here?
So you're trying to put this at 6?
Yeah. Looks like 6 is the main battleground of tonight's
What's
game.
going to be fucking hilarious is that if this is in Mark's top 2, then he's going to...
Then who's playing it there?
Yeah, he's
just
playing
for
it there
fun.
knowing maybe you didn't like this flag.
Right.
He's going to bring it to the final 2.
Oh my god.
It'd be pretty crazy.
I normally don't bluff in these kind of games. I will
Okay.
say.
Damn it, Mark.
Okay.
Which could
Playing like Eamon over here.
Yeah.
This is how I play.
well, what
Or
if I
he
was
could
lying
be he
just
could
now?
be bluffing about
That's
bluffing.
right. Look at him. I can't even see his eyes.
Yeah.
A good liar seems bad at lying.
A good liar tells you they don't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
What
we
are you
can
doing?
agree on that, Mr. Bond.
I'm trying to think about if I want to veto this or not. You know? Just because I'm interested. I don't know.
Is it worth it to you to have number 6?
No, but it's kind of worth it to me to like just not give it to you, you know?
Yeah, because then it's blocking you from points, possibly.
Yeah, but then I don't want to give Austin more coins is another thing.
That's a good thing to consider.
This
I
is
just
the
gave him.
balance of the...
I just gave him a good amount of coins.
You
just
did,
now.
yeah.
I will say, I don't want to help you guys with that because this list is not going well.
Yeah.
I mean, I have stuff on it. It's just nothing's in the right spot.
Right. I'm really trying to think here. Like, would it be funny to tear it up? It would be very funny.
Yeah. But also, you
It's
don't
not
get to
worth
play
it.
another one, do you?
No, this is his last one.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
you
and
get
then
the
you go
last
twice.
one because you went first and now you go last with
Yeah.
only one. And those were your 2. That's how
Unless-
snake cast
yeah.
work.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
interesting.
Unless he ultra vetoed, right? Or no, but I would still
you would
play
still, but you
a
couldn't.
number 6.
Yeah, you just couldn't play.
Yeah, I would still play a 6.
Yo, it's
or
gonna be
4.
baller if he's got a wild card. Wild card.
Alaska.
I'll veto.
Oh, normal veto.
Yeah.
All right.
Normal veto.
So give me a coin back.
All
Just to
right.
keep things interesting.
Yeah, I think the game with you starting with 10 is the best way.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's more fun to veto. I don't know if I needed to. I just think it's fun.
Yeah. Let's
Cool.
see what happens.
I like making the other person redo stuff.
You're now forcing me to defend a flag I don't want to.
No, Mark, come on.
Stop giving your hand unless you're
you,
lying.
Mark.
Yeah, what if I'm lying? Calm down.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
I'm not uncalm.
Oh, I also need to draw another card from last turn. Cool. That didn't change anything. Good.
Wait, why did you draw? You don't draw a card.
Well,
Alaska-
from the last turn, because he went twice.
Oh,
and he
I'm
didn't
sorry.
draw
totally
it.
forgot.
So he was at a
yeah.
disadvantage there.
But
Only
you
had-
don't want to. You're keeping that one.
I'm
Okay.
good. I'm
All
good.
right.
Didn't change anything.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, instead then,
Well,
let me see if I want 6 or 4 for this one. Yeah, we'll still I mean, you're going to seal the deal anyway next round. I can't claim.
you can veto me.
Also, yeah, you could try to position him to push him in the what your number 4, number 6 is, depending
Right.
on what you leave.
That's
Unless he's already played
fair.
your number 4 or number 6, but I doubt that. So
That's counting on a lot of chance, though. I think.
I know, but you can play
possible.
play the chances.
Yeah,
Anyone like that?
I'll
No one like that. You like?
No, it's fine.
I'll go ahead and put this one at number 6 as well. It's gonna be Louisiana.
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 Nice.
Yeah. So top 15, for sure. Number 6. I I think as far as the words on flags goes, this one is among the better ones. I think it's got a nice thing going. Also, the words like justice, equality, and liberty are associated with the French Revolution, and there's a huge French influence in the southern part of the state of Louisiana.
I doubt it.
So, you've been there. So like,
Highly doubted.
I enjoy them being like, let's have our own 3 words that embody the patriotic spirit of our state. I think that's cool. I think the Pelicans are nice too. I think they're not as aesthetically pleasing as some of the other animal on state flag designs are. But I like the imagery. I really do. I think the color simplicity is good as well. And as far as the imagery of like a mother pelican serving the young, I don't really know, because clearly Nick did more of a wiki deep dive than I did for this.
Yeah, you did.
I don't know what that necessarily means for the state of Louisiana in particular.
What is?
But it's very nice.
Is it feeding them blood?
It's
Like-
bleeding. Louisiana adds blood drops to state flag. New Louisiana state flag with bleeding pelican is unfurled. That's what it says at the bottom.
Oh.
Yep.
That's the article. It's the Wikipedia article that talks about it. It's a bleeding pelican.
Oh.
There's a lot of gun violence in Louisiana.
Oh yeah. It's a
I
Katrina
doubt
thing.
that's exactly why, but I think
But I bet that's partially.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not exactly.
there
why,
was a
but definitely.
lot of gun violence. But yeah, but like, yeah, I actually think it's great, and like, I'll be honest. Initially, I didn't have this in my top 10, but like,
Yeah.
it might crack it if I like really sat with this list after
Mhm.
we're done here today and reconsidered it. Like, there might be some of the ones in the bottom couple that I actually shift around. Like, I actually really like this one,
Yeah. So you're getting no points from this, is what you're saying.
unless I'm lying.
Mm-hmm.
Mark.
So yeah, number 6.
Yeah, I'll let it sit. It sucks. I hate it.
What?
I hate it.
Really?
I think it's too complicated. It's everything that you said about the bear on the California flag, but worse.
Mm.
I just think there's too much going on.
So what I'm hearing is nobody's getting points
No,
for this one.
I don't like this one at all.
Interesting.
It's
Are you
also
gonna veto it though?
no.
Okay.
It's a fairly new flag.
Yeah.
They recently did it, and the other one was like a normal flag, so I get that it's unique.
Yeah.
And I appreciate them wanting to make it unique. But I just feel like if they're representing Louisiana, they could have put Kermit the Frog on there, right? Like they could have been a green flag,
They could put a
yellow
Saints logo.
green flag, yellow border, white background, Kermit the Frog. Look exactly like the Washington flag, but Kermit instead of George Washington. Jerry Reed could have been on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Louisiana's own.
Okay.
Anything New Orleans.
Popeyes, just anything
There
Popeyes related.
could have been big tits and margaritas the size of my head.
Well, look, I get them though.
But no.
For the state
Pelicans.
flag, right?
Bleeding.
Us that don't live in that state,
Yeah.
we associate Louisiana specifically with
Kermit the Frog.
Big titties and
New
margaritas.
Orleans, right?
Yeah.
It's all the New Orleans stuff.
New Orleans.
And I like that's really only a tiny region of that entire state.
One might
So
say it's a city.
I get them. Well, there's the French influence on the counties around it.
Doubt it.
But like, is this part of your game? Do you want me to fuck up?
This is
what
actually his number 6. He's been fucking with us this whole time.
I'm just breaking the will of Mark.
yeah.
So No, but like I get them wanting to make something that relates to the whole state.
Yeah.
You know,
I like that
not-
it says
not just-
confidence. It's
Yeah.
a weird word to put in there.
No, it's fine. I appreciate that it's unique.
It's the titty saying. That's the confidence that our girls, they just like have them out.
Yeah.
Oh, we're cool down here.
I appreciate
This just
that
says
it's
we're
unique.
cool down here.
Yeah, it's it's unique. I like that. I just don't like what they chose to make it unique, and that's just me.
Interesting.
That's just me.
All right. Number 6.
bad. It's in the top, but for me, this would be like a top 20. Whereas I think 35 of them suck.
Mm-hmm.
But the top 5 of those 35 that suck, that would probably be in it for me.
Interesting.
That's okay. I see. I get it.
Nice.
Whereas you would not include Alaska.
No,
That's
Well,
bottom.
it's not bottom. It's
Right.
better because so many of them are the ones that suck, which are ones that just have like bad people on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like flags with
Or
bad people.
or
Yeah,
just like
fuck.
Confederate-ish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Coca-Cola Ultimate. Put it in there.
XP flavored.
What's your number 4 here, Nick?
Yeah, it's your go.
I'd like to buy some cards real quick.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not necessarily for this round.
Wow.
So I'm thinking that maybe at the end of the game, my placements on the thing are just worth the same thing your guys'
I think
are.
so.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Even though
Yeah.
mine are probably going to be less likely, but
yeah,
also,
and that's fair because you have no sway over like
Okay, I'm getting
How-
rid of these two.
how
Do you need to
this
see the
ends up
ones I'm
looking.
getting rid of?
No.
No. I'll tell you right now, one of them was Indiana.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
was like, that's already on the board. No reason for me to have that. in
yeah,
my hand.
exactly.
Yeah, I had the same issue last round. Okay, Mario. Go ahead and make your
What?
play.
That was goofy, right? What was that?
I don't know.
What's your number 4?
That sucked.
Well, I guess it don't matter.
My trade I just did sucked.
All right.
Okay, number 4, Arizona. Everything I said before, Arizona, number 4. Let's lock it in.
I'm not gonna veto.
Oh, wow.
Boom.
That's
Well,
what a fucking crime on earth that that's number 4.
I mean, you can veto.
Yeah, but wouldn't you have a whole nother?
Yeah, but do you believe it's on my top 10 at all? Because I'm still going to get a point if it is.
Right.
And if
but
it's
then
or
not
if
on
it's
yours,
exactly
then you'll
number
get nothing.
4 as well.
And if
But
it's exactly number 4, I get more points.
okay, but you'd be able to play the duplicate, but not on the same spot, right? Does that mean for this turn
I don't have a
you just
duplicate.
can't at all?
I don't have a duplicate.
Oh, you don't have
Because I
one?
used my
He's a
wild
wild
card
card.
in Washington.
that was the
Oh.
original Arizona. And we know that there's not another Arizona because you would know that because you didn't write it down.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's actually fair then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woo! Ooh, it's getting interesting.
I had a slight misunderstanding of the situation.
That's okay.
I'll veto Arizona.
But I think Nick kind of expected that.
Probably, so play what you're going to play.
Can we play something that's already on the list? No.
That'd be really
Holy
funny.
shit!
Because I thought we had talked about that at one
South
point.
Carolina
that'd be
number
awful.
4. Man. Yeah, this ain't looking too good for me. I only got 5 points left.
Interesting.
Okay. Number 4, Colorado.
Let me look it up.
Okay.
Talk about it.
It's got a C.
It is.
It does have a C.
It looks like the logo for like Chicago sanitation department.
Yeah, it looks like a train.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it looks like a bad sports team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot that's not great about it.
But go ahead and
Number 4.
Number four.
We're gonna be. We all got stuck.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
It looks like an egg, a little bit.
Yeah.
Egg yolk popped into a bagel.
unless you're tricking me, I think I'm gonna let you leave this at number 4. 'Cause I don't think you like it.
Oh, we'll see.
But go on.
That's all I gotta say about
Yeah.
it.
All right.
Colorado's flag. It's not bad. It's
Yeah.
on a lot of top 10 lists I saw. It was on there.
Yeah.
So a lot of people like the Colorado.
Here's
flag.
something that's
I guess
interesting.
because it's
though.
like they have a huge pride for that flag. I think.
Yeah.
Something that we got to think about, Austin. When I was playing Arizona at number 4, that's where you would have played it, right?
Yeah. So
He vetoed. So does that technically mean it didn't go through
no,
because
the
we
vetoes
weren't
don't work
allowing...
at the last two because I
Yeah,
can't.
but it was the last 3.
I can't veto
technically.
the other two though too. If we're doing it based on we split it up into sections.
Right.
If we're keeping the same rules of the final two, where I can't be involved in the
So it
veto
doesn't work on the
decision,
last 2
So,
of the bottom 8.
I couldn't have done this one either.
Okay. That's what I wanted to clarify.
Yes.
I didn't want to go back on it. I was just like, wait, I just
No,
realized.
and yeah.
Okay, we have our
Well,
3 through 10.
if it's helpful for you guys, I would have said 6 for this and 4 for that. Like it would have still been the same.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So I've got.
Yeah, sorry, I should have said. I knew that in my mind. I was like, there's no point in me even.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm not 50-50ing this, then that's shitty. Like
Yeah.
in the other two.
But hey,
So I'm like out of the race now. I've been out of the race. I've just been writing them down and comparing with my list as well.
Yeah.
So.
we've got our 3 through 10.
Yeah.
We do. So to recap, we have number 11, technically, Rhode Island. Number 10 is South Carolina. Number 9 is Washington. Number 8 is Texas. Number 7 is California. Number 6 is Louisiana. Number 5, Indiana. Number 4, Colorado. Number 3, Mississippi. This is a list that would belong online. Like, I don't think there's anything on this list besides maybe Washington that people would be like,
Yeah. But then when they hear my argument,
they're gonna be
It
like,
is
yes.
the wild card.
It is fun. That's a fun one to
I
throw in
appreciate
there.
its placement.
it's money.
It's fine.
I'd rather it than Arizona, so I accept it. All right, so we got to figure out who's
So,
first and second here. On
If the snake was the same, it would have been me.
Mhm.
But how did we figure it out last time?
Last time we just played,
Mm.
and we just let it kind of play out.
Yeah.
So you would still have a turn left because of the snake.
yeah,
So,
we
yeah.
could do that, or you could pass it. I mean, there is a thing to like trying to bait out a veto. There's a thing of being first to place it, but then there's
Mhm.
also a thing of waiting to play your thing. So there is a strategy here. Who wants to go first and second? I can leave this to your guys' decision, and then by the time we do another one, I can come with a more sound solution. But I think the best way now is like, I guess, give Nick the majority here because it would be his turn technically, and he did win trivia.
Right.
If he wants to go first or second.
That's fair. There's a strategy to both.
So you can play into either number 1 or number 2. You can still buy cards. You can still veto.
I was just gonna ask,
I
yeah.
can't though help with the veto in solidifying it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Mainly because my number 1, number 2 are not in contention at all. So
Okay.
so, doesn't help either.
I'll go.
Nick's gonna go first.
I'll go first.
Go first.
And
too.
I'm going to buy 2 cards.
Wow.
If I want to buy cards, I'll wait till my turn, right?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's one. Oh, you gave me 5.
I gave you a 5.
I'm
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
sorry.
No, you're okay.
Here, give me the 1 back. Thank you.
Yes.
Nick has 4 coins left, and how many coins do you have? 5.
I got 5.
Wow, so that actually worked out.
Yeah,
we're pretty
we'll both
balanced.
end up with 4 coins
Unless
unless
we
there's
veto.
vetoes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless there's vetoes.
Ooh, artist and one got a bluff. I hope someone does. Makes my balls tingle. This game, Anyone else know about the
Nope.
flags?
Not me.
Ball's not tingling too much. Too much for me. Okay.
Here we go. Here it is. What place as well? Number 2.
Yeah.
So Nick is offering up his number 2, and what is that going to be, Nick?
New Mexico.
The New Mexico flag has entered the arena finally.
We knew it'd be coming.
We knew it'd be
knew
coming.
it was
We
coming.
knew it.
Yeah. What is there to say about the New Mexico flag that every online poll hasn't already said?
It was voted like 2 years ago the best flag.
Consistently voted the best flag, which Rachel, my wife, for everyone who doesn't know.
Good callback.
Yeah, thanks. Rachel did not like it.
I think the logo's too small.
It could be bigger.
It needs to be
but
like
I also
here.
feel like if it was bigger, it would be too much.
What? Too much?
Yeah.
Impossible.
I like it. I think that it's
But you like one more, you're claiming.
yeah.
Oh.
I have one that's my number 1.
Or maybe he's trying to. Maybe it is his number 1. Maybe he thinks it's your number 1.
We'll see.
So yeah, I mean it's pretty yellow.
Yellow and red are my
cross.
2 favorite color combinations. It's an indigenous symbol. I don't believe it's. I mean, it could be Native American, but it's like Native Southern American also. Like that tribe of indigenous people that are mostly found in Mexico and things like that came up into what is the southern United States.
Yeah.
It's just it's nice. It represents heritage. To me, this is huge New Mexico vibe when you look at it, because a lot of people especially who haven't been to the West, when they think of like Arizona, New Mexico, all that stuff, they think of these types of patterns. There's so many of patterns on quilts and clothing because that's what a lot of indigenous people had on their clothes. So I think like having this as a representation of New Mexico is great.
Yeah.
It solidifies it, and it's more so than the Big Dipper on Alaska. And this isn't like as a slight, but like more so than the Big Dipper in Alaska. This is solidly New Mexico to me. Whereas like everyone has the constellations.
That's, I can see that perspective.
Yeah.
Like pretty much everyone in the world can see the Big Dipper at some point in the year.
Yeah. I don't think the Alaskan flag is bad. I don't like it, but this one I think is like, I mean, Arizona maybe, you could like other Southwest states could fit in there, but I feel like this is very firmly New Mexico, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. Completely concur. Symmetry, symbol is awesome. It fits the vibe perfectly. Color choices are great. And it is, I think, the most distinct flag of all of them. It does not look like any other.
Truly agree.
I think it's with this in Texas, it's the one that looks like a country.
Yeah.
Like this looks like a country flag.
But like,
Yeah,
if this was a
absolutely.
country flag, I'd be like, yo, what country is that? Because a lot of times country flags are still not like this. Like,
Most country flags are 3 colors.
yeah,
It's just stripes.
it has the vibe of a country flag, but it would still be unique even as a country flag.
Yeah.
Because they either have 3 stripes and a symbol in the middle, or some sort of geometric pattern that takes up the whole flag. But the fact that this has a very symmetrical geometric pattern in the middle, it's just nice.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Good one. Mark,
Yeah. It's
It's like
thoughts on
someone
it?
put the Japanese flag through a paper shredder.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
I am okay with it being at number 2.
Wow, accepts at number 2.
I'll accept it at number 2.
Gonna be New Mexico. Welcome, New Mexico, to the top 2. Number 2
And now Mark gets to place.
gets to play number 1. What is
All
the
right.
best state flag in the world?
And what are vetoes for number 1 and 2? What are the rules?
The same thing.
Just the same thing.
I just can't.
All right.
I mean, but you're so low on money though, so
Right.
that's the trade-off.
I'm getting cards, so I need 4 back for that. I'll put these at the bottom. Draw 2 more.
So now we're on even playing ground with coins.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so we're both at 4 coins.
Number 2 is New Mexico.
All right.
Mark is going to present the number 1 here. Is he going to do a little tricky trick?
Number 1.
Wouldn't think so.
Number 1, my only option. Here's the state.
Only option.
Wow. Number 1, Mark.
Number 1,
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Wow.
Go ahead and pull it up.
Your only option.
Go ahead, pull it up. This is interesting. This is gonna be so interesting.
Number 1,
It's
Wyoming. Now look, it doesn't have the strikingness and the simplicity of New Mexico, right? I'll give it that. And New Mexico, absolutely one of my top 2. For the first time in this game, I will withhold information and not reveal if it is my 1 or 2, but it is in my top 2. Okay.
God, I hope it's your number 2.
Read me.
I really hope it's your number 2, or else you should have vetoed. All right, go ahead.
The bison is a hugely important symbol of this area of the world. And it's one that, and again, as I said with Mississippi, for it being my number 3, right? Don't want to factor this kind of thing into the decision making, but like, I do think some of the appeal to me is that colonizers in this area nearly wiped out the bison to the point where it became
So close.
it became iconography of that region of the country. It became a mountain state thing. And I love the claiming of it. I think of every animal depicted on a state flag, this is the best one.
Okay, I agree.
You can-
I agree.
You can tell like a
Oh wait, no, I don't agree. Sorry.
like an animator, right? Who like drawing silhouettes. Like one of the key rules of like cartoon and anime and whatever is that your characters are defined by a silhouette. Not only because at some point you're gonna see them like in just black light or whatever, but like also because like that's just like a way to make what is inherently an exaggeration of the human form in one aspect or another super distinct. There is no other animal I would call that. right? That is a bison.
I'd call it
right
a buffalo, probably.
And of all the flags that just have the seal on them, I'm okay with this one. I could do without it,
Yeah.
but I think its placement is great. And I think it's sort of like the Washington flag, how Nick argued. I think you could see it from far away and you still get it. You're not going to get all the detail. And that is one of the main things that I usually look for. But like,
arguably more. I feel like the seal, because it's fully within the shape of the bison, that like the shape doesn't go away.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then I the red, white, and blue harkens to the U.S. flag, as I've talked about several times. But I think that, fun fact for you.
I get it.
But I think this flag is also among the best in doing that, in capturing those three colors and displaying them in a unique way.
Yeah, it's not the same. Though,
I love the framing. I love that
it's a picture frame.
Yeah, it looks like a picture frame of a bison. And I think that's cool as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
wish the seal just wasn't there.
Yeah.
I think if the seal wasn't there, it'd be like
It'd be really good.
probably top 2 for me, just because it's like cool. I mean, I get why the seal's in there. Like,
Yeah.
I get it. I still think it's a great one, but
I get it.
Hmm.
And like I said with Indiana, it's probably a thing that you could do without.
Yeah.
With the actual lettering. In
Yeah,
the
I don't think
Indiana
it
flag,
hurts
but-
it too much, but I do think it would.
Yeah,
Kind of like Alaska too. I think it'd benefit from white.
but I
stars.
I like it so much that I think
Mhm.
I'm comfortable with it being number 1.
Yeah.
Nick.
There was a flag earlier that we were talking about that had a shape on it. It might have been California. But I remember you saying that you appreciated that there was more detail to something as opposed to just a silhouette.
Really,
Yeah.
I don't know that I would have said that because I
Interesting.
believe that the California bear is shaded with a little too much detail.
Yeah, but there was something with an animal that you had said something. I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember that because you didn't say it for the pelican one.
Well, if I
don't remember what it
contradicted
was.
myself at some point, I just want to announce for everybody it's not because I'm dumb. I'm playing the game.
That's okay.
I saw that
That's
the
okay.
bison or the buffalo was rated the best silhouette of an animal,
Yeah.
and I'm
That's
like,
fair.
probably.
I mean,
Yeah.
giraffe's pretty good.
Yeah, you can tell it's
You
a
don't see a
giraffe.
giraffe too many times. Get that fucking giraffe. In there.
I'm going to veto.
Wow.
You're gonna veto.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Okay.
Normal veto. Yeah, I'm assuming.
Yep. No reason to rip
Yeah,
it
it
up
doesn't-
because
yeah.
you can't play it again.
Okay.
How much is a veto?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay.
I thought you gave me a 5.
I want to make everything safe.
Thank you.
Make everything fair.
All right.
All right, pick something else.
Wow, Wyoming.
Alaska.
Yes!
My actual number 1.
Was it really?
No.
Oh,
it's not.
I got really excited for a second.
Oh, but wouldn't that be a crazy play?
Wait, are you not playing Alaska or are you playing Alaska?
No, I'm playing Alaska.
Wow.
It's the best option I got in my hand. Playing Alaska. Do you veto again?
If you want help thinking it, clearly he had Wyoming on his list, and I think he also has Alaska on his list. So
Yeah.
either way, he's getting a point.
Yeah.
But clearly, it's not his 1 or 2. So I
I'll
think
let
you
it
played
slide.
that correctly.
Yeah.
Because Wyoming he seemed to really like that fucking flag.
Could've
I
been.
was almost sold that it was his number 1.
Could have been. I think he was bluffing
Okay.
on
so,
the Wyoming.
so
but I'm
we're
gonna
just
let
keeping Alaska?
Yeah.
Nice.
Alaska number 1.
Nice.
I mean, that's just not that's not correct. Like, what a horrible list this is. Like, this is just bad.
Oh my God, number 1's Alaska. Cool.
Yeah. I love it, but it's not number 1. But
Yeah.
that's the play I had.
That's the
That's
game.
the play.
I wanted you to
the play.
not put Wyoming there.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
good job.
Good job. All right. So that was the game. We have our official top 11 here. I'll read them out, and then we'll go one by one and see who had what and where. So number 11 is Rhode Island. Number 10, South Carolina. Number 9, Washington. Number 8, Texas. Number 7, California. Number 6, Louisiana. Number 5, Indiana. Number 4, Colorado. Number 3, Mississippi. Number 2, New Mexico. Number 1, good old Alaska. That child drew the shit out of that flag for us.
Someone dropped the number 5 flag and it landed in number 1.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Okay, so we're going to start with South Carolina. Did anyone have South Carolina at number 10?
No.
You did.
Yep.
2 coins for you.
Wasn't even on my top 10.
Where'd my coins go?
Yeah, because we ask if it was in the top 10 and then if it was on the list, right?
Yeah, sorry. So
Yeah.
was not South Carolina in top 10?
Nope.
But yours? And at
It
number
was
10?
in my number 10.
Number 10. So 2 coins for you.
Thank you.
I get a coin. I had it at number 7. Washington. Anyone have Washington on their list?
Yes.
Did you have it number 9?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nothing for me again.
Oh no.
I mean, I'm excited to come back for the next episode.
Texas. Did anyone have Texas on there?
Yes.
I didn't have Washington on there also. Did you have it at number 8?
Yes.
Did
No.
you? Oh.
Like I said, those 3 spots were fucked.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. Nothing I could do
So
about
Mark gets
it.
1 coin.
Yeah. 1.
Here, give me a 5, Nick.
Oh god.
We could leave him here and then just pass him when.
Yeah, that's true. I had Texas at number 1.
Nice.
That was my number 1 was gone. I was like, oh.
That's fair.
I'm like,
I get it.
It's the most like country looking flag. That was
Yeah.
my thing. Is like if the flag's good enough that like a country could do it,
Yeah.
it's a good flag. Because you never see flags in countries with seals and shit on them.
Right.
It's just not a thing. So-
Well, Spain has something similar.
yeah, but it's small. In Mexico too, but it's like
Yeah.
not the main attraction. It's
Yeah.
the colors or the distinct. Okay, California.
Yep.
Both
Yep.
of you, number 7.
Yep.
Oh,
Nice.
oh no, you
Mark-
both had it at 7.
Mark placed it in his spot, and I went,
Damn it.
mm.
All right. So no victory there for me.
And I had it at
Cool.
number 5. Let me get myself a coin here. I can also trade out some here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Get myself another 5er. Okay. Louisiana. Anyone have that on their list?
No.
No.
I had it at number 6, and it was placed at number 6.
Damn.
I was so excited. I'm like, yes, I got one.
Good score for you.
I love the Pelicans. I think they're
it's-
cool.
It's up there for me. And like I said, I might actually like reconsidering. I
Yeah.
might like it a little more than
I like
some
the
of
way
these.
it's posing. I was like,
That's
yeah.
the first one so far that hasn't been in this exact spot for me.
Really?
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah, you're
Number
raking
5,
it in.
Indiana. Did anyone have Indiana on their list?
Yep.
Did you have number 5?
Yes.
Yes.
You did too?
He placed it again.
Oh,
Damn.
In my exact
wow.
All right.
spot.
Well, I just lost the game.
Well, this
Yeah.
was a
I mean,
matter of,
that's-
again, you guys are on the same page.
Listen,
Fuck.
I'm telling you, that's why I was saying I was excited to come back.
Wow. Holy
Also,
God.
if you want to give me a 5,
Yeah.
If you want to give me a 5.
Colorado. Anyone have Colorado on their list?
No.
no. Oh,
No.
thank God.
I didn't either.
Thank
All
God. I
right.
tried to
Fuck
choose
it.
the one in my hand
You
that
gave
I
me a 10, Austin.
Oh, sorry. I also had Indiana at number 9. So
I
here's a
tried to
5.
choose the one that I thought that Mark wouldn't have.
That's
you just
also a
another
10.
10.
Oh, fuck. They look so similar. God damn it.
I tried to choose one that I thought that Mark wouldn't have,
Oh, okay.
which is why I put Colorado there. It was a gamble.
Yeah. I
Get
didn't.
myself a coin for Indiana.
I think it looks a little bit like a company logo, not like a state.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mississippi.
Yes.
It was on my list.
Did you have it number 3?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
No.
Good.
Just one for me.
Nice.
Gosh, sorry, my bow tie keeps touching the mic. New Mexico. Both of you?
Yes.
Number 2?
No.
No.
Whoa!
Broke even there.
Yeah.
Wow.
My New Mexico was number 3, and my Mississippi was number 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I just didn't have Mississippi at all. I had New Mexico at 3.
I
as
tried
well.
vetoing Mississippi because I wanted you to save it for later.
Oh.
That's fair.
Yeah. But then it was snake draft, and you just went immediately, and I was like, well,
And then Alaska.
On my list.
Not
No.
number 1?
No.
not on my
So,
list.
1
It was,
point.
it was my number 2.
Interesting.
So I was so excited when it got postponed. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Alaska
All right.
flag does it for me. I used to love it as
So-
a kid. I was like, fuck yeah.
Do we list our actual top 2 now?
Well, let's see what. Let's see how many coins we have. Let's see the winner. Then we'll discuss how many
Okay.
our actual top 10s here.
All
Which
right.
I already told you mine. Mine was Rhode Island. Oh, okay, I'll go through it. There was some missing. Okay, here we go. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had 24.
Yeah. You won.
I know. I think that's fun. The house always wins. But who's the winner over here?
I had 15.
15.
I had 13.
Wow.
I think-
Still.
Yeah. I
That's
think
crazy.
The California was decisive.
California and Indiana.
Indiana. I
Yeah.
think those being the same was just bad luck.
I think the fact that you still only lost by 2 is crazy. I
And,
thought you were down by a lot.
And
Me too.
Well, I vetoed and a bunch of stuff at the end.
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
But
it was worth it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I
Did you
didn't.
did you have Wyoming on your list?
Yes, I did.
Was it number 1?
Number 2.
Oh.
And I didn't veto New Mexico because I thought about the odds, and I was like, it's better for me to have it up there and it's on my list
Yeah, because
than to hope that I draw it
Yeah, because I
and
would
put it at
worth
number
more.
1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So my number 1 was New Mexico, and my number 2 was Wyoming. What about you?
My number 1 was Ohio.
I had Ohio
Wow.
at
Which
10.
was not even
The
did
Buckeye.
not show up.
Yeah.
Did not
that's
show
crazy.
up. I like the shape.
I think it's cool.
But then my number 2 was Mississippi.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You said, wait a minute. You had New Mexico in the top 2,
I did.
but you had it at 1 instead of 2.
Mm-hmm.
You get 3 coins then. I forgot you get for the top 2.
Well, then, but
'Cause
would
they're
he
worth
also
more.
get...
Do you have New Mexico in your top 2 also?
It was my number 3.
See, it was not on his number
Oh.
3, so you only got 1. But you only got 1 for it too. You should have got 2 more.
So we tied.
So there should have been a tie based on the
If it was in the right place, it's 5, and if it was in the top 2, it was
3.
3.
Yes.
Got it.
Right, you did
If
say
it's
that.
in a different spot, it's 3, and then the top 5. If it's actually in the right spot in the top 2, it's 5.
Shit.
We tied.
Wow.
So we actually tied
That's sad.
because I left New
Wow. Damn.
Mexico there.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Thank God I realized that
We
when you
did
said
it.
that.
We
I
did
didn't
it.
think it was in your top 2, but I was like, wait a minute. I thought it
Wow.
was your number 1. So it was
Right.
your number 1.
So then
I-
it's good that I
damn.
vetoed Wyoming.
That is good, or else you would have won.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that ended up being worth it. Wow. Wait a
Wow.
minute.
Damn, dude.
No, you would have won. You would have had 2 coins. You would have only had 1 extra.
No, because it would have been in his top 2, so we would have gotten 3
Wyoming
coins.
was in your top 2?
Yeah, it was his number 2.
Oh.
So he would have gotten 3 coins. I would have saved 2.
Oh, good
He would've
job,
won
then,
by
Nick.
1, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So the 3 and the 5 work at the end.
Yes.
Because it is hard to get it on there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. That made it interesting.
Damn.
Well,
Wow.
hey,
We don't have a tiebreaker, so we're just gonna. I guess we'll just have him back again to do a tiebreaker. That just
Yeah.
has to be what it is. That's
Damn. We'll just
Jesus.
have to play again in whatever the next list is.
yeah.
I guess.
Wow. I can't
Look at
believe how
that.
balanced that worked
Damn.
out. That's fucking crazy. You guys tied.
that's pretty crazy.
I thought you were gonna win. You had 3 in a row.
Oh,
I
it
know.
felt like you were in the
I
lead
had
the whole game. You were stomping
I
him.
had
Just bam.
4 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my number 5 in the same spot also.
Yeah.
I just
It's
got
that,
you in those
that
two.
top 2.
Yeah,
and
got you in
and
those
also
two.
from vetoes that I did throughout the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't spend as much,
Yeah.
which
Hey.
was tactical.
Look at that.
Wow. That's
Pretty crazy.
unreal.
Pretty crazy.
That's all right. Let's do my top 10. I'll read mine. My 11 was Rhode Island.
Okay.
Then
That was my number 8.
so I did fuck somebody.
You did fuck me up
Good,
right,
okay.
right at the top. I was like, well, number 8 doesn't matter.
Rhode
Yeah.
Island was my 14, so I didn't care.
He
Good.
played Texas on 8, and I'm like, that's the best it's going to be
Wow.
for me.
Okay. Then I had 10 Ohio, 9 Indiana, 8 I had Oregon, 7 I had South Carolina, 6 I had Louisiana, 5 California, 4 Maryland, 3 New Mexico, 2 Alaska, 1 Texas. So I was missing Oregon, Ohio, Maryland.
I had Maryland in my hand at the end. I considered
I thought
playing
you were
it.
going to bring it in for me, man. I was like, come on, bring in Maryland.
Yeah,
Here's
well,
the
you
hot-
won anyway.
Hey,
Yeah.
for everyone who's been watching from the beginning, I have a payoff for you.
Yeah.
Hot take that I have about state flags. Maryland sucks.
No, I don't think that's a hot take. I think a lot of people think it sucks. I like that it looks like royalty. Like it looks
Everyone-
like a kingdom flag.
Everyone in Maryland thinks it's cool.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
put it on everything.
I wouldn't say it's cool. I just like that it's different.
I appreciate that it's unique, but it's so ugly.
It's like an old 1500s flag
It's
you'd see.
horrible.
Yeah.
It's like King Arthur.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, what are you doing, guys?
it doesn't make sense for
You're
Maryland.
Maryland. You scream at people on the street.
Okay, Mark, what's your top 10 here?
So, contrary to that, my number 10 was Maryland.
Ooh, it's not in there.
I think its uniqueness and its, the color screen, the color scream.
Mhm.
The color scheme is a bit of a color scream. We'll put it that way.
Yeah. I
but
like it's applicable.
I think there's enough separating it from the crop and standing. I think there's enough going for it.
Yeah.
So number 10, 9 was Texas. It was real close for me. 8 was Rhode Island, so that was scrapped. 7 was California, which I got. 6 was Alaska, which I kind of got. 5 was Indiana. 4 was Tennessee, which didn't come up at all.
Ooh.
I had that in my list.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tennessee was my number 12.
Oh,
Tennessee,
solid.
I think what's really cool about Tennessee and why I put it at number 4 is that not only along with Wyoming do I think it's one of the best like consolidations of the red, white, blue thing, I love that those 3 stars in the circle have become their own thing.
Yeah.
Like, not only is there the flag itself, there's also just like, you can put that circle symbol anywhere, and it is Tennessee.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
the symbol of Tennessee. I love that.
I will
good
say
branding.
that is the one that I think looks most like a Nazi flag.
Yeah.
I
a little bit, yeah.
hate to agree, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I
Mark
see
likes
what you're
Confederate
saying.
flags, and he
You
likes
got
Nazi
him.
flags.
You got his ass. That
At
paid
least-
off too.
At least I didn't sit here and try to make a case for Alabama. All right, so
That flag
3. Yeah, it's just boring.
So that's-
But yeah, 3 Mississippi, which I got, and then yeah, my actual top 2
3 Mississippi?
were
No, wait.
2.
Okay.
Okay.
my actual top 2 were Wyoming and New Mexico.
Wow. I can't believe
I really
he
do.
almost got both top 2s. That would have been crazy.
I
Yeah.
really like Wyoming.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
a
it's
great
good.
flag.
I thought you were bluffing.
No, the way he plays, like, well, I gotta play it.
listen,
I
I
was
thought-
like, wow.
The
Listen.
only lie was that I liked it more than New Mexico.
I thought you were a Bluffalo.
Wow. Nice.
Wow.
That was really good.
I was more of a Blyson.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. All right,
Wow.
Nick, give it to us. What's your top 10 here?
My number 10, South Carolina.
yeah.
My number 9, Washington. My number 8, Texas. My number 7, California. My number 6, Arizona.
Womp.
My number 5, Indiana. My number 4, Hawaii.
Really?
Okay.
Oh, I gotta hear about that
This
one.
was the one that he gave me. I was like, that's the worst flag in the country. That
There's
flag
no
sucks.
worst flag in the country. Have you fucking seen South Dakota?
Yeah, it's just a flat. That
It says the Mount Rushmore state on it.
Oh, I'd rather have that than. And there's so many fucking lines in Hawaii's, and they also have the British flag in there random. Like it's a mess.
The British flag is one of the best flags.
But it's in the corner.
Yeah, just like Australia.
Yeah, but Australia doesn't then have the same color lines going different directions. Like it's a fucking maze of a flag. It's the worst flag. I can't believe people in Hawaii have stand at that. I think there should be a revolution.
I
That's
don't
the
know
worst
that they
flag I've
have.
ever seen.
To be honest, I don't know that they have. to
I don't
be
think they have a
honest with you.
say problem.
I don't think the people in Hawaii have ever had a say in what our country has done to them for 150
What's the
years.
history that we had to put the British flag in the corner? That seems so un-American. Why did we
Yeah.
do that? Like
The Hawaii flag rocks.
that's fucking. If that showed up, I would have been like, Mark, please.
Yeah, what?
Get rid of that
and
flag.
As I've maintained through the whole game, even politics aside, aesthetically, it's a no.
It commemorates the Royal Navy's historical relations with the Kingdom of Hawaii, and in particular the pro-British settlement of its founder and first ruler, King Kamehameha.
British though, like it's like why are we?
Oh, I'm sorry, you anti-British?
In terms of America and the flags and stuff, we went to war to not have their flag be on our flag.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's not a bad opinion, all right?
Oh, I'm
that's
sorry.
not a bad opinion. You can
I'm
try.
sorry.
No, that's not a
That's
bad
okay.
opinion. Hawaii's
That's
flag
okay.
sucks.
Yeah, you'd rather the Confederate flag be there.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, that's
Th-
what you
those
said.
those flags suck. Also, the Mississippi one that had a Confederate in the corner, bad.
Oh, yeah.
He
When
said
they put
the
other
worst
flags
flag
in the
United
corner-
States, which
Mhm.
means the ones that are Confederate, he likes them.
Listen,
You are the only one who has seemed to be talking about this the whole time.
Yeah, because I'm
You're the
trying
one
to. I
wearing the
don't want
colors.
anyone to forget.
he's wearing the colors. Look at him.
You guys are bigots,
Mhm.
and I can't let the audience just sit by and forget that you're bigots.
Okay, I'm glad the Hawaii flag was brought up though, because that was the one
Yeah.
I was listening. I'm like, what is it? That has to be a joke.
Well, number 4, Hawaii.
Crazy. Smoking crack.
My number 3 was New Mexico.
Good.
My number 2 was Mississippi, and my number 1 was Ohio.
Wow.
So that flip around really is what made us tie.
Yeah.
Mississippi, New Mexico flip.
Yep,
Yeah.
Wow.
absolutely.
Wow, Mississippi. I like Mississippi. I just didn't have it on my list.
My hand was falling apart there at the end. I was pulling.
I could
Eamon,
tell.
which
Well,
I
you
think
got
is-
all these, and then yeah.
Yeah, because I had Arizona and California in my hand at the end,
Oh
and
no.
I was like, they're already on there.
What were your other two?
And then I had South Dakota.
Oh, which
Wait
sucks.
a minute. Who put South Dakota?
I put it on my list because I wanted
that
to
was
talk
the
about
joke
it.
one. I knew you put one on there that sucked.
I wanted to talk about it because
Yeah.
it was funny.
I also put Montana.
I put Montana on mine as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
I almost
Montana
put.
looks like a clip art drawing. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Oh, I almost put Montana in my top 10. I kind of like it.
Dude, Montana's my number 13.
I like the font of Montana.
Montana's legitimately my number 13. It looks shitty, and that's why I like it.
I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
don't think it's the worst, but it's
No.
No, it's
funny
not.
looking.
South Dakota's the worst.
Wow. It just baffles me.
Eh.
Just my mind's blown.
If I gave it a second look, I think there's
The
a
harsh
few I don't
opinion
like
about
more, but,
Alaska than his number 4 for Hawaii.
Yeah.
Hawaii's cool.
I also
Hawaii's cool.
Looks cool.
God damn it! They should have the Barack and the Rock on there shaking hands. That's how they should redo it.
well,
Right?
I need to pee.
Okay, we're gonna
so
go
we,
pee. We're done now. That was it. So top 10 again. It's Rhode Island as 11, 10 South Dakota. I'm just kidding. So Rhode Island, South Carolina, number 10. Then Washington, Texas, California, Louisiana. Number 5 is Indiana. Colorado, Mississippi. Number 2 is New Mexico. Number 1, Alaska.
which no one wanted.
I had that too, so I'm happy with Alaska.
Bad
one.
opinion.
Bad.
Bad
It's
opinion.
fine.
Subjectivity. Wrong.
Okay.
Let this be a lesson to everyone listening. When you compete, nobody ends up with the compromise they want.
Yes,
But
but
I'm pretty
we
good with this last half, though.
Yeah, we ended with the tie though, 15-15. So next episode just has to be them because I wanted to keep the winner for the next episode. So
Yeah.
next
sounds
month
good.
it will just be you two,
And we're going to do it right now.
And then to break this tie here because Nick didn't pick the top 10. I think you should leave, but it was naturally Nick's thing. And then Mark was the one that brought the flag attention to me, and I was like, we should rank those. So I'll come up with one on my own, and you guys are just gonna have to deal with it.
Episodes of Neon Genesis Evangelion. Top
Teddy
10.
Grahams ranked. All Teddy Grahams.
I'm sorry. We can't do anything that's not American on this podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're
That's a
strictly
rule.
American.
That's a rule now.
That's
Okay.
why we like the British flag and our
Yeah.
flag.
Countries we've gone to war with.
No, yeah.
I,
That'd be pretty good.
you know what? You
We don't
kind
need to-
of
we don't need to do
spoiled what
another-
I wanted to do.
We don't need to do other
On a
countries.
podcast that I did by myself, I ranked the top 10 wars.
Really?
Yeah, and it was painful because
Damn.
I was like, I don't want to do this. So I was maybe thinking about how I can construe that top 10 wars.
I would not participate in top 10 wars.
That one's fucked. That one's fucked up. It's really
Oh,
funny.
God.
But we'll come up with something. So thank you all for watching. Nick. Thank you all for watching. Wave goodbye to the camera. Thank you to Mark J. Judge, acclaimed writer. Thank you to Nick Rohrman, acclaimed video guy, whatever. And I've been James Austin Black. Thank you for
Comedian.
watching this podcast. These are the flags. Drop your top 10 flags, whatever. Is Hawaii a good flag? Hawaii versus Alaska. Let's hear that. Please comment that if you're here all the way to the end. I want to know. All right. Well, thank you for watching. We'll
Play the
see-
jingle.
We'll play the jingle. Let's go. Come on. Mark, hit it. That's good. That's good. Good job.